Uzumaki Naruto and Namikaze Minato talked a lot. Naruto happily danced and talked about his journey along the way. Third Hokage is a kind man, a kind grandfather, he respects each other very much. Everyone in Konoha village is very kind to him, and his relationship with Nine Tails is also quite harmonious. And became a great friend. Naruto's contemporaries had a good relationship with him, and he even became the hero who saved Konoha village during the Konoha village Chunin exam. Third Hokage felt that he was clever and talented since he was a child, and taught him the Shuriken Shadow Clone technique, which is to train him as Hokage. Of course, in the eyes of people in Beiming world, everything Uzumaki said, except for his harmonious relationship with Nine Tails, almost everything else was false. Chunin was the hero who saved Konoha village, but he was also the one who did the most damage. Especially for Third Hokage, Himing's attitude has always been to call him an old man, a bad old man. He himself is full of disdain for the will of fire advocated by Third Hokage. At least in Himing's eyes, propaganda by words alone can only be called brainwashing, and its effect is only on those who are in pain. Compared with children with harmonious and perfect families and good conditions, the will of fire is nothing like shit in their eyes. However, people are very clear that the reason why Uzumaki said this is just not to make Namikaze Minato feel troubled. I have to say that Himing is very filial to his parents. Namikaze Minato's eyes are full of pride and relief. Also full of doting on Naruto. His son became the 6th Hokage of Konoha village. Even younger than me, the youngest Hokage in the history of Konoha. Even though Namikaze Minato is hailed as the Yellow Flash in the ninja world, he is a talented ninja in the ninja world. It is the unrivaled and reliable 4th Hokage in the hearts of Konoha village villagers. But all the glory is nothing compared to having such an excellent son as Uzumaki Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto is definitely the greatest honor of Namikaze Minato in this life. I see, Namikaze Minato suppressed the excitement in his heart. One-handed mudra, transporting the yin Nine Tails in the body into Uzumaki Naruto's body. Also, don't forget the learning method of Flying Thunder God I told you. This ninjutsu is my famous skill. Senju Tobarama. Hey. 4th generation, that's my ninjutsu. Namikaze Minato. Hey, I'm sorry, 2nd generation, as a father, at least you have to be a little dignified in front of your 917 son. Uzumaki Kushina. Hey. Fortunately, the 2nd generation of the world over there is not on the scene, otherwise I would have pinched my waist with my hands and pursed my mouth in dissatisfaction. Senju Tobarama. Humph. Terumi Mei. Is this the last strength increase of Black Ming before independence? Nine Tails chakra also merged with yin and yang. Onoki. Ah. Now expect the storm to be more violent. 4th Raikage. 3rd Tsuchikage. Are you already frightened to the point of dementia, and Hirina will hit us then? Terumi Mei. That's not necessarily the case. I might have an affair because of Kirigakure's development, but I know you two will definitely join the battle. Mother-in-law Chio. He. Do you think that if you don't bother Himing, he won't trouble you? Terumi Mei. That's right, it depends on him finding out the troubles of Sanagakure first. After all, even if Sanagakure's Gaara is afraid that Himing will not participate, but Himing already has a statement against Sanagakure in his hands. After explaining everything, Namikaze Minato left a sentence that will tell the story of Uzumaki Naruto to Kushina in the Pure Land world. I think I will be very happy to come to Kushina. His soul also ascended to the sky after the impure world reincarnation was unlocked. Uzumaki Naruto just quietly watched the place where Namikaze Minato's soul lifted into the sky, and stood there for a long time. During this period, Orochimaru, Suigetsu and Shigego stood quietly together, and no one rushed to salvage the pensive Uzumaki Naruto. After all, before this, the ghost lamp water moon was shaken into a puddle of water by the chakra emitted by Uzumaki Naruto. Under Naruto's strong oppression, Chongwu couldn't even get a trace of crazy thoughts. Even, I can feel unprecedented peace by Naruto's side. Let's not talk about their original heads, Orochimaru. For Uzumaki Naruto's order, he told his subordinates to do what can be done as soon as possible. If you can't do it, you must find a way to overcome the difficulties and try to do it as soon as possible. It is conceivable that Uzumaki Naruto and the team formed by Orochimaru and his subordinates are such a terrifying existence. After a long time, Uzumaki Naruto calmed down. After taking a long breath, he said to the three of them, "Nine Tails chakra has been recovered, let's go." Naruto. At this time, the voice of Nine Tails suddenly sounded. Suddenly there is one thing I can't understand. This is something Nine Tails can't understand. It knows that Naruto Rinnegan has the ability to resurrect people. Rinne Tensai technique. Even if the opponent is the body of impure world reincarnation, Uzumaki Naruto can use Rinnegan's ability to revive him. However, this ninjutsu will consume the caster's vitality and chakra. It can almost be said to be a ninjutsu of one life for another. However, the current Uzumaki Naruto has the power of Yang bestowed by Sage of Six Paths, and the body that uses this ability can maintain a cycle of vigorous vitality. Just like Kimimaro, who has blood-inherited disease, even the blood-inherited disease in the body still exists, but under the condition that Naruto has used the power of Yang for a long time to continue his life. Kimimaro's blood successor fell ill so that it would not be able to take his life. If Uzumaki Naruto uses Rinne Tensai technique, in the case of resurrecting Namikaze Minato and Kushina, his vitality and chakra may not be affected by Rinne Tensai. And if Naruto doesn't want to take risks, he can directly cast Rinnegan's time-reversing pupil technique, which is even more foolproof. However, you don't seem to want to revive 4th Hokage and Uzumaki Jui. Nine Tails asked puzzledly. You don't seem to have mentioned this matter. During the Chunin exam, Naruto didn't have the power of Rinnegan. Even if he wanted to revive Namikaze Minato and Kushina, he could only use Ungo reincarnation. It's a pity that the people who came out of impure world reincarnation are just puppets that have been manipulated. This is not the result Uzumaki Naruto wanted. What now? Nine Tails is very strange that Uzumaki Naruto did not mention this to Namikaze Minato. When Uzumaki Naruto learned that Nine Tails was puzzled, he looked at the row of Hokage statues on the Hokage rock. First Hokage Senju Hashirama. Second Hokage Senju Tobirama. Third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. Fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato. Fifth Hokage Tsunade, and sixth Hokage, Uzumaki Naruto. All of this symbolizes the development of Konoha village. The ups and downs of so many years are the efforts of generations. Pity, Lama. I don't know exactly what it used to look like before Konoha village fell into this area. It's just that today's prosperity is not the result of one person's efforts. Speaking of which, Uzumaki Naruto changed the subject. If I resurrect my parents now, if they see the follow-up development, they will inevitably feel bad. And there will be problems with the Otsutsuki clan in the future. It may be better to resurrect them when everything is stable in the future. 1. Is everything stable? Nine Tails suddenly realized. When the current situation becomes a foregone conclusion, everyone can accept everything in front of them. At that time, they will be able to accept it more readily. Uzumaki Naruto is always so thoughtful. Well, no matter what you want to do, I will always be with you. The current uncle, but the complete Nine Tails, the chakra that can be supplied to you is not as weak as before. Weak? Uzumaki Naruto is amused by Nine Tails. This big fox, Tien, has also begun to learn to be humble at some point. Is this modesty? This is obviously pretending. One person and one fox have communicated. Uzumaki Naruto took a deep breath of the late night air in Konoha village. The next step, what are you going to do? Now, what Uzumaki Naruto needs to do is to start a war against the ninja world. But how this war will lead to war has become the key. Shimura Danzo, who was originally released, does not seem to say that the daimyo of the country of fire has imposed sanctions on Uzumaki Naruto. Without the support of the daimyo of the land of fire, it would be quite troublesome for Danzo to find reinforcements again. Perhaps, he can discuss the war against Konoha with other ninja villages, but the success rate of such events is very low. After all, the war is not up to Ninja Village to decide. They need to report the name of their country, and they may start a war against Konoha only after earning consent. However, the daimyo of other countries is not a fool, just a person who failed to compete for Hokage from Konoha village. No one will believe him. Moreover, once the war fails, it will bring disaster to one's own village. No country or ninja village will launch a war against other ninja villages by listening to anyone without certainty. The things after us are very simple. Uzumaki Naruto thought for a while. Slowly said. We just need to increase the happiness index of Konoha village ninjas and villagers. Give them money. Give them a stable life. Then, convey the numb words about the fire country daimyo wanting me to die to every corner of Konoha village. And send someone to convey to the Daiming mansion that I conspired with other people to disconnect from the Fire Nation. The relationship between the Daiming mansion and the ninja village is nothing more than that the Daiming can provide the ninja village with the necessary military resources. But now, under the operation of Uzumaki Naruto, Konoha village has long since needed the military supplies from the Fire Nation daimyo. So discord? The audience in Daiming World's eyes lit up. This is indeed a very good program. Especially for those in power, they don't want the people under their hands to have uncontrollable phenomena. And the original under the instigation of Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura, the Fire Country daimyo has already had some opinions on Kuro Naruto. If he really knows that Konoha village is still alive and well, even if the Nation of Fire does not provide Konoha village with military resources, then it will be a big deal. Tsunade. Is Himaru still planning to use the happiness of the villagers to enhance their sense of belonging? Jiraiya. This is a very scary thing. As long as time goes by, everyone will slowly fall into it and cannot extricate themselves. Onoki. This plan is really wonderful. It will slowly corrode the hearts of Konoha village ninjas and villagers. Even if something happens, no one will suspect Uzumaki's head. Superior. Fourth Raikage. The most important thing is that if the daimyo of the Nation of Fire knows that someone is providing military resources for Himing, it is easy to think that the other party and other forces jointly rebelled. Under such circumstances, the daimyo of the country of Fire is very likely to attack Himing in advance. Terumi Mei. When the time comes, the villagers of Konoha village will be stupefied. They are living a prosperous life under the leadership of Himing, but they are inexplicably detained by the daimyo of the Fire country. The villagers will definitely not be happy about the charges against them. Hitaki Kakashi. And now that everyone knows that Danzo is still alive, then things are much simpler. It must be Shimura Danzo who provoked dissension in front of the Fire Nation daimyo, causing. The other party made the wrong decision. Shimura Danzo. This FC King old man has failed. Will the final charge still be on the old man's head? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Danzo. Who told you to be like a shit-stirring stick every day? Maybe in the future, even if you are really dead, once something happens, everyone may think of you first. Shimura Danzo. By the way, Naruto. Don't forget about the Akatsuki organization. At this time, Nine Tails suddenly remembered the Akatsuki organization hidden in the dark place of the ninja world. These people's plan is to capture the tail beast. They are always a time bomb. However, Uzumaki Naruto shrugged indifferently and said with a smile, Llama. Their purpose should be to fuse the 9-tailed beasts into 10 tails through the Gedo statue. Although I don't know what their purpose is. I remember that Sage of Six Paths said that if you want to use Gedo statue to absorb tail beasts, you must start with one tail. If you force the absorption, it will make Gedo statue unbearable for a while. Force causes collapse. So, as long as we find a way to prevent them from capturing one tail, we don't need to worry about them. Hearing this, Nine Tails suddenly realized, so you mean, kill Gaara? Gaara. Uzumaki Naruto was speechless, and the wolf gave Wuxing a blank look. Why did you kill him? Do you still remember how Tamari and the others asked me to carry out the mission after they were threatened by Myanmar? Let's go to them for an explanation in 2 days. Using Sanagakure as an ally of Konoha village, conspiring with the masked man to kill 5th Hokage of Konoha village. As for what happened last time, I have to invite 5th Kazekage to our Konoha village to give an explanation. After thinking about it, Uzumaki Naruto clapped his hands together. Just let Gaara live next door to me. Since we can't find the people from the Akatsuki organization, let them come to us. When the time comes, just break them down one by one. What if Gaara doesn't agree? Nine Tails questioned. Then tie him up. If you don't agree, you can't do it. If you don't come, you will go to war with them, Sanagakure. just to find some trouble between the Kingdom of Wind and the Kingdom of Fire. And Myanmar can threaten Tamari, and I, Uzumaki Naruto, can't threaten Sanagakure. Baming World. This time it was Sanagakure's ninja's turn to be confused. This is where people sit at home and the pot comes from the sky. If I remember correctly, the borders of Gaara's land of winds guarded the frontiers. When me and Ma went to find Tamari, no one from Gaara was in Sanagakure. This time it was good, but the pot made him carry it firmly on his back. However, who would have expected that Uzumaki Kuro's plan against Sanagakure was in this ring? Seize Gaara in Konoha village. One can attract people from the organization to come, give away the head. Second, it can stir up the outer horn relationship between the Kingdom of Wind and the Kingdom of Fire. Sanagakure's Kazekage was detained by Konoha village's Hokage, and the daimyo of the Land of Winds is definitely not willing. Then the Kingdom of Wind will put pressure on the Kingdom of Fire. The Fire Nation daimyo went to ask for someone, but Uzumaki was disobedient and confirmed that he wanted to rebel. In a fit of anger, the Land of Wind and the Land of Fire attacked Konoha village at the same time. If the daimyo of the Land of Fire ignores the daimyo's demands of the Land of Wind, and the Land of Wind goes to war against the Land of Fire, Uzumaki chooses to watch the fire from the other side. The Fire Country daimyo will adjust the gunhead to aim at Uzumaki Blackname. No matter how you analyze it from any angle, unless the Kingdom of the Wind is indifferent to Gaara being detained. Otherwise, this war will have to be fought, and Himing will be the ultimate spearhead. However, as soon as the war started, they all fell into Himing's trap. If you want to take back the shot arrow, it depends on Uzumaki Kuroning's mood. However, compared to everyone in Sanagakure, the Akatsuki organization at this time is the most depressing. If Gaara was really detained by Uzumaki, and they wanted to capture the tailed beast, the first person they would face would be Hiyomaki. Deidara. I remember the plan to capture one tail was me and Brother Scorpion. Red Sand Scorpion. Hidan. Kakuzu and I are trying to capture two tail, but if you can't succeed with one tail, we can't act. Kakuzu. Then I'll have more time to kill bounty ninjas. Deidara. You bastard bounty ninja, you don't really think that Brother Scorpion and I went to Konoha village and come back alive, we are dead, you all have to make up. Hoshigaki Kisame. Is there a possibility that after the two of you are dead, Jiling will arrange for all of us to collectively attack Konoha village? Conan. If this is the case, wouldn't it be messed up? The country of wind and the country of fire will also participate, and we will also participate? Onoki. Fourth Raikage. Tsunade. You two don't need to pretend to be silent here. If things develop as Conan said, you two will definitely not sit still and get involved. Terumi Mei. Then I was wiped out by Hei Ming. Now I suddenly want to thank Obito. If Kirigakure, who was persecuted by him, had to close the door and develop secretly, maybe we would also participate in it. Jiraiya. Fifth Mizukage, don't think so well, you may not be able to sit still when the time comes. Kakuzu. I don't discuss anything else. As long as Himing gives me enough money, I will join him. His money is really too much. Nagato. This. Jiraiya. Hei Ming really has a way, sitting at home and waiting for you to die one by one, until the end, when he goes out again, the whole ninja world is his. 1. Red Sand Scorpion. In fact, if he can give me more materials to develop puppets, I may not be able to rely on him. Deidara. Hey, Brother Scorpion. Are you serious? What are you afraid of? Don't you know my ultimate art? As long as I explode in Konoha village, he can't stop him, right? Recently, the ninjas in Konoha village also seem to be living in a dream. Their salaries have been raised. At the same time, there is an additional item. If you go out to perform tasks, there will be additional task rewards. However, most of the ninjas performing the mission are at the Jonin level. Chunin and Genin need to continue to practice and exercise in the village to improve their own strength. For a while, Yoshinobu and Genin became more energetic in their practice. Because they heard from Jonin who returned from the mission. The extra rewards for performing missions are 3 times as much as their past mission rewards. No one will struggle with money, just like ninjas. And recently, Sanri Yudao also sent a mission. I hope Konoha village can send ninjas to do security work. On a monthly basis, the risk factor is very low when the salary is considerable. This job is mainly based on the team, and each class team has the opportunity to rotate. However, recent rumors of Danzo attacking Naruto also circulated in Konoha village recently. Hey, have you heard? The masked man who defeated Lord Tsunade before was really Danzo's accomplice. They attacked 6th Hokage together, but failed. I heard our 6th Hokage is super strong. One more thing. I heard that the masked man said that the daimyo of the Land of Fire wanted our 6th Hokage to die. Danzo must have provoked a discord. Is the Fire Country daimyo mentally ill? Apart from being young, 6th Hokage has brought us many benefits. I went to deliver the goods last time, nothing happened, but when I came back, my salary was 3 times what it used to be. This triple salary is additional, not including my original fixed salary at Jonin level. Nonsense. Your life is so happy, isn't it a delay to 6th Hokage's blessing? But the more outstanding he is, the more the people at the Daming Mansion in the Land of Fire will murmur in their hearts, for fear that they won't be able to grasp it, understand? I know that what the Daming Mansion can provide us with is life security. We maintain peace and stability. The 6th generation project will definitely be envied for making so much money at once. Shish. Stop talking. This is not something we should discuss. A few families are happy and some are sad. The ninjas at Konoha village are proud of their salary every day due to the increase in salary. Sanagakure is worried. Funkage office. Gaara looked at the letter in his hand, only feeling his head buzzing. The letter is signed by Uzumaki Naruto. The content is roughly to invite him to come to Konoha village to discuss issues against the Akatsuki organization. Gaara. Looking at Gaara's sad face, Temari asked concerned, who sent the file? 6th Hokage in Konoha village, Uzumaki Naruto. Gaara's voice just fell. Temari's pretty face turned white instantly. Not only Temari, but even Kankuro broke into a cold sweat at the same time. Uzumaki Naruto. Not only Gaara, this is also a famous minister that the two of them don't want to hear. Especially Temari remembers the collaboration with the masked man. She heard that Konoha village was attacked at night just after she took Uzumaki Naruto away. Not surprisingly, it must have been done by the masked man. Fortunately, Konoha village did not link these two matters together. The letter. What does the letter say? Temari smiled sarcastically, and asked as if nothing had happened. Having a headache, Gaara didn't notice the strangeness of Temari and Kankuro, and said flatly, Uzumaki Naruto wants to discuss with me how to prevent the Akatsuki organization from attacking. As for the existence of the Akatsuki organization, Sanagakure, who is the Konoha alliance, has already obtained information from the opponent. Moreover, according to the conversation between Uchiha Itachi and Hitaki Kakashi, Sleepy Leaf made it clear that the purpose of Akatsuki organization is tailed beast. In this case, Gaara and Uzumaki Naruto, who are Jinchuriki, will be the target of each other. We Sanagakure naturally have our own way to guard against the Akatsuki organization. Why should we discuss it with him? You're right, Goju. Kankuro quickly made up his mind that Gaara must not go to Uzumaki Naruto. The last time I managed to stay with Uzumaki Naruto for a few days according to the masked man's instructions. This time, they did something bad, and they dared not see Uzumaki Naruto from the bottom of their hearts. It's true to say so, Gaara thought for a long time. Final decision. Let's go to Konoha village. After all, I have never dealt with ninjas from Konoha village since Konoha Honkai project. After all, we are allies, and Uzumaki Naruto and I are both Jinchuriki. It's time to meet again. Gaara recalled the scene of the Chunin exam, with lingering fears. I haven't seen it in the past few years, so I don't know how much stronger Uzumaki Naruto has become. Are you really going? Temari was so nervous that he put his hands behind his back and rubbed them together. Yes. Now the two of us are no longer rivals, but shadows of the two villages. Everything we do starts from the village. This time, I should go. Gaara decides to pay attention. This makes Temari and Kankuro panic. About the last time Uzumaki Naruto helped Sanagakure investigate the pit incident, Gaara knew about it. But because of Gaara's identity and Sanagakure's face, Temari and Kankuro concealed the numbness. The two look at each other. From the eyes of each other, they guessed the meaning of both sides. Since people in Konoha village haven't mentioned this matter for so long, they must not have linked the two together, and have even forgotten about it. Then the two of us will go with you. Temari laughs. Gaara nodded. Then thank you for your hard work. Buy one get two free. The audience was hooked. For Sanagakure, Gaara is both 5th Kazekage and Jinchuriki, so it goes without saying. Temari and Kankuro, as Gaara's older sister and older brother, are also the current mainstay of Sanagakure. This trip to Konoha has detained all the important people in Sanagakure's future. Temari. It's over, Kankuro and I will be detained too. Kankuro. Hei Ming said that he wants to live next door with Gaara just now, that's to better capture Akatsuki, but the two of us. Yamanaka Ino. Look at how scared you are. You are Haiming's tools to carry out the plan. He will not hurt you. Haruno Sakura. If you have to say it, the two of you did it under the behest of Kuromaki. When you get to Konoha, as long as you listen to it, it will be absolutely fine. Tsunade. Now the pressure is given to Sanagakure, how about Koronaru? What will Sanagakure do after detaining Gaara and his team? Gaara. Hey. I remember that our Sanagakure people seem to be dissatisfied with my existence. They should be very happy. Onoki. You can't say that, they can assassinate you, but after all, you are Sanagakure's Kazekage, and you were detained by other ninja villages, that is the entire Sanagakure and even the country of the wind. Face matter. The meaning is not the same. 4th Raikage. Unless Sanagakure is a coward, if it's me, this war can't be fought. After a few days of journey, Gaara, Temari and Kankuro came to Konoha village smoothly. However, Uzumaki Naruto, who was wearing a Hokage robe, brought Tsunade and Xianglin, and greeted him at the door early. 5th Kazekage, long time no see. It's hard work for you after a long journey. Uzumaki Naruto is overjoyed. He didn't expect the plan to go so smoothly, and Gaara actually came. Long time no see. I didn't expect to meet again, we all became the shadows of each village. I haven't seen you in a few years. Uzumaki Naruto was a little surprised by Gaara's change. The other party's gentle appearance, Naruto can't connect him with the grinning Gaara who opened his mouth to kill a few years ago. However, all of this doesn't matter anymore. The two exchanged pleasantries for a while, and Uzumaki Naruto invited Gaara to the office for a detailed chat. Seeing this, Temari and Kankuro finally relieved their tense nerves. Sure enough, the other party didn't know about their relationship with Myanmar. Hokage office building, private meeting room. Uzumaki Naruto and Gaara, the two sides had a harmonious discussion on the affairs of the Akatsuki organization. Currently known members of the Akatsuki organization are Uchiha Itachi and Kisame Kisame. Of course, Uzumaki Naruto has already filled in the big mouth quite thoroughly for the information about the Akatsuki organization. However, he didn't tell too much information, he just talked about Itachi and Kisame who had been exposed on the bright side. At least it can be seen that the opponent's strength is roughly like a ninja of the same level as the two of them. For this reason, we must strengthen the investigation of suspicious persons in the village. Beyond Temari's imagination, when Uzumaki Naruto chatted with them, he didn't mention anything about Konoha Honkai's plan. He is like an old friend, chatting with the three of them with a smile on his face. Occasionally, I would even ask about Gaara's feelings after becoming Kazekage, and wanted to learn from the experience. The meeting went very smoothly and I was very happy. Okay. Let's get here first. The three of Fengying and his party came all the way to our Konoha village, we must not lose the way of hospitality. Xianglin, go and make arrangements. Tonight, I will let Kazekage-sama have a good taste of our Konoha village food. Xianglin took the order, adjusted his glasses, and strode out. Master Hokage, you are very polite. Temari reveals a charming smile. However, to be on the safe side, she still risked herself, and deliberately tried to say. Last time, thanks to you personally helping us investigate the Sanagakure deep pit incident, I didn't expect you to be the 6th Hokage of Konoha village in a blink of an eye. Oh. Uzumaki Naruto heard the words, and pretended to elongate his voice. I'd have forgotten if you didn't tell me. We are the Alliance village, that's what I should do. 6th Hokage is so noble and forgetful. Kankuro flattered Naruto by the way. However, the next second, Uzumaki Naruto slapped his thigh, stood up and said, I remember Temari, just after you took me away, someone attacked our Konoha village at night. In fact, I have always wondered whether you, Sanagakure, joined forces with that masked man to deliberately persecute our 5th Hokage. Kankuro. Temari. Gaara. What? 6th Hokage, what kind of haul is this? Why? On the screen, the picture of Temari not playing himself made everyone present sigh. Is the other party an idiot? Hei Ming didn't even mention it, but she took the initiative to help him remember it. However, for Temari's behavior, the vast majority of people maintain an understanding attitude. Because this matter is too heavy in her heart, Temari wants to confirm Haiming's 100% attitude towards this matter. If Haiming just smiled and said it wasn't worth mentioning, it would prove that this matter was completely over. It's a pity that things backfired. Temari and others didn't even know that the purpose of Hei Ting's coming was to take this matter into custody. Before the dinner table, Temari recounted everything that happened that night. Gaara looked at Temari and Kankuro, who bowed their heads silently. He sighed deeply. You can't blame all of this matter on you. I am also responsible. If I hadn't been rescued by the masked man, you wouldn't have been threatened. No. Gaara. Temari said hastily, our subjective consciousness is going to help him with this matter, and you don't have any responsibility if you don't know about it. Master 6th Hokage, this matter has nothing to do with Gaara. If you want to hold yourself accountable, you can find me. I also hope that for the sake of the alliance between Sanagakure and Konoha village, you will not hold Sanagakure and Gaara too much accountable. Kankuro heard the words, followed up and said, this matter is also my responsibility. If Temari alone is not enough to dispel the anger of the 6th generation master. Punish me too. Uzumaki Naruto has a calm expression, quietly listening to the confession of the siblings. I have to say that the relationship between the three of them is really good now. Master 6th Hokage, they were also threatened by the masked man, this. Gaara has a sad expression, and, 693, looked at Uzumaki Naruto with pleading eyes. In the end, Gaara could only lower his head slowly and sighed. I know this is our responsibility. As long as Master Hokage doesn't pursue Sanagakure's responsibility, we will let you handle it. Oh. Hearing this, Uzumaki Naruto, who had been silent all the time, suddenly said, Gaara, I remember you were not like this. Aren't you able to reflect value by obeying and killing people? Facing Naruto's question, Gaara's face became much more relaxed. Smile. But I'm still defeated by you. Your desire to protect the villagers in the village is something that I cannot overcome. Audience. Gaara, it's so simple. Uzumaki Black Naruto used you to act for the villagers of Konoha village. Temari. My god, my brother is too innocent. Kankuro. Not an opponent at all. A simple person like Gaara will never be able to win against the demon Kuro Naruto. Jiraiya. I didn't expect that for Gaara. Whether it's black name or white name, it seems that the things that affect him are the same. Uzumaki Kushina. At the end of the day, Gaara is just a representative of Jinchuriki classics, who really doesn't want to be recognized by others. Yamanaka Ino. Gaara is fine too. In our world, he was drawn away from Shukaku by the Akatsuki organization. If it wasn't for Chiyo Po's use of the forbidden technique, he would have died. Haruno Sakura. In the world of Koronaru, although he was used by Koronaru, at least he was protected in a disguised form. I think Koronaru did a very good job. In this case, Uzumaki Naruto slowly closed his eyes and murmured to himself. Our 5th Hokage also suffers mental setbacks because of your operation. This is already the second time in a row that you, Sanagakure, have betrayed Konoha village as an ally of Konoha village. We don't hold you accountable, of course we can't. Naruto pretended to be thinking for a long time, and finally opened his eyes, then asked Sanagakure to pay 30 billion taels for mental damage. Otherwise, the three of you will be detained in Konoha village. When they get money to redeem people, I will let you go. Nani? 3 billion taels. What is the concept of billion, when Uzumaki Black name? And let Sanagakure, who is about to face economic shortage and lead to disarmament, pay so much money? You might as well just ask them to exchange Kazekage. Temari. Asshole. What a lion. Jiraiya. Don't get excited. Black Ming's purpose is not money. Tsunade. Hey. This kind of thing is obviously to slap the daimyo of the Wind Country and the whole Sanagakure in the face. Orochimaru. Is it because they think that the land of the winds is poor and can't afford the money, so they mentioned money on purpose? Luo Sha. This will piss off the name of our country of wind. 3 billion? Are you serious? Temari stood up in shock on the spot, staring at Uzumaki Naruto with a pair of beautiful eyes. Do you think I'm joking? Master 6th generation, you can't go too far. Kankuro stood up at the same time. You should also know that the reason why we targeted Konoha village with Orochimaru was because the income of the village has shrunk significantly. Our village itself, I'm going to be hungry. 3 billion. We Sanagakure. You are overpowering others. Uzumaki Naruto naturally knows how excessive his request is. Unfortunately, his purpose itself is to make the other party unable to do so. That's it. You can now send letters to people in Sanagakure. Let's say I was detained by the 6th Hokage of Konoha village, and I have to pay a fine of 30 billion. If you don't hand it in for a day, the 3 of you will stay in Konoha village for a day until you die here. You are imprisoned. Temari slapped the table angrily. But the next moment, a horrified chakra trembled her lower legs. Sweat breaks out in shock. Looking up again, I saw Uzumaki Naruto sweeping past the 3 of them with a look of indifference. You don't have to follow my request, and of course you can choose to escape. 1. Just, if I find something wrong with you, I will immediately launch a war against Sanagakure. And to tell you the truth, I have fought against the masked man long ago. He is not my opponent, he can blow up your Sanagakure. I can do the same. Boom. Uzumaki Naruto's words exploded from the minds of the 3 like a thunderbolt. Temari's legs went limp, and he slumped in the chair. She only realized now that this trip was a grand feast that Uzumaki Naruto had prepared for them long ago. Moreover, the 3 of them at this time also understood why the masked man sent them to send Uzumaki Naruto away before attacking Konoha village. It is because the opponent is not Uzumaki Naruto's opponent. Caught it. They fell into the trap of the masked man completely. But it's too late to say anything now. Temari bit his lips lightly, with tears in his eyes. If I knew this, I should have explained the matter clearly to 5th Hokage in advance. It was me who killed Gaara. However, Uzumaki Naruto did not pay attention to the change of mood of the 3. He immediately chose to leave. Uzumaki then put the prepared pen and paper in front of Gaara. Master 5th Kazekage, this is the paper and pen we prepared for you. Please write the request that Master 6th Hokage just said and send it back to Sanagakure. Also, Master 6th generation previously arranged for Master Kazekage to live in a quiet suburban house in Konoha village. Is the place where you live is so simple? Kankuro suddenly dissatisfied. What do you mean? This behavior literally took Gaara as a prisoner. As a result, Kazin returned Kankuro with a blank stare. You think too much. Mr. Kazekage's neighbor is Mr. 6th Hokage. This. The 3 of Gaara are stunned. Why does Gaara live next door with Master Hokage? This is Master Hokage's arrangement. I was just ordered to inform you. Of course, we won't limit your movement anywhere in Konoha village, but don't let your mind wander. Master 6th Hokage is a man who keeps his word. Uzumaki Shonglin adjusted his glasses, feeling extremely cold. By the way, there is one more thing I want to tell you. I hope you can raise the ransom as soon as possible. Otherwise, your ransom will increase with an additional fee of tens of millions of taels per day. Ah? The last words of Shonglin almost made Temari and Kankuro spit out a mouthful of old blood. You might as well just tell us that you can retire in Konoha village. Looking at the pained expressions of the 3 of Gaara who want to eat people, Uzumaki Shonglin showed a hint of contempt on his face. The 3 of you are now looking like you are dying or living. It is really embarrassing. 1. If I remember correctly, 5th Kazekage is Sanagakure's Jinchuriki. You must be the target of the Akatsuki organization. Now that you are in Konoha village, we have to help you bear the risk of being targeted by the Akatsuki organization. It's only 30 billion, isn't that enough? I think, our Master 6th generation is still too kind. If it were me, you would have to pay another 30 billion more. So I hope that the three of you will cooperate with my work obediently. Whatever I ask you to write, you can write according to our wishes. Don't play tricks. When the war really starts, you Sanagakure can't bear Naruto's anger. Coercion, temptation and intimidation. This is Uzumaki's usual approach. Now, even his subordinate Uzumaki, Xianglin, is so powerful. The audience in Beiming World was stunned. What are the 5 great nations, Tien? What 5 great nations ninja village? 5 cages? That's it. Gaara, one of the 5 great nations and one of the 5 shadows, was threatened and lured by the secretary next to Haiming. This kind of thing is unimaginable. Moreover, the other party just agreed to 30 billion, and the follow-up will directly force the opening conditions. There is no room for discussion among the 3 of Gaara at all. But so what? If they disagree, Uzumaki will directly use this kind of thing as an excuse to declare war on Sanagakure. Then it won't be a question of money. The outskirts of Konoha village. Gaara and his group moved into the house that Naruto arranged for them in advance. To the surprise of the 3 people was the decoration of the house. It's quite luxurious. Even, they have arranged chefs for cooking and housekeepers for cleaning. All this indeed exceeded the expectations of the 3 of them. Hey. Sure enough, Konoha village is rich. When did we experience this kind of treatment in Sanagakure? Kankuro sits on the soft sofa and sighs. Kankuro? Why are you crazy? Have you forgotten the humiliation we suffered just now? 30 billion. One more day will be accumulated and superimposed according to 10 million taels per day. Such a huge amount of money is simply not something Sanagakure can bear. I was just thinking on the way here. Suddenly, Kankuro looks nervous. 6th Hokage will never get any benefit from doing this kind of thing. Uzumaki Naruto asked us to send back this kind of information, and Sanagakure's top management will undoubtedly go back to the daimyo of the Land of Winds to discuss countermeasures. I admit that there are many people in Sanagakure who are unhappy with Gaara, but Gaara is now Sanagakure's wind shadow after all. Uzumaki Naruto dared to directly detain Kazekage and opened his mouth to Sanagakure Lion, but he obviously didn't take Sand Shinobi seriously. This kind of slap in the face is not only a slap in the face of Sanagakure, but also a slap in the face of the daimyo of the Land of Wind. Then what? Gaara and Temari seemed to see hope, and the siblings looked at the confident Kankuro. Kankuro smiled arrogantly, and Naruto made a bigger mistake in the so-called war. If he wants to start a war against Sanagakure, he must pass the name of the country of fire. 1. Don't forget that we started a war with Orochimaru against Konoha village, and we didn't get revenge from Konoha village because of this incident. Now because of the masked man. The daimyos of the Land of Fire are not fools, and Konoha has been in alliance with Sand Shinobi for more than 10 years, and the daimyos in the Land of Fire and the Land of Wind have close contacts. Especially the amount of the ransom, it is obvious that Uzumaki Naruto deliberately made things difficult for us. The daimyo of the Land of Wind will definitely not sit idly by, only 1.2 needs him to find the daimyo of the Land of Fire. Nation of Fire will naturally put pressure on Konoha village. When the time comes, Uzumaki Naruto will not be obediently let go. Don't worry the 3 of us, don't worry, Uzumaki Naruto will obediently put us back soon. You're such a FC king little cunt. It's not that the audience disagrees with what Kankuro said. His analysis is very reasonable. It's a pity that Kankuro didn't know that what Kuromaki wanted wasn't money at all. He wanted the name of Fire Nation to put pressure on him. Tsunade. I have already guessed the fate of the 3 of Gaara. After Kuromaki achieves his goal, these 3 people will be disposed of, or they will stay in Konoha village until Uzumaki and Black Naruto are unified. Ninja World. At least before that, it is impossible to leave. Terumi Mei. I agree with 5th Hokage's statement. Himing's plan has already started. Before it is completed, whoever leaves Konoha village will face his interception. There was a possibility that the 3 of them might not want to leave after they got used to living in Guan's Konoha environment. Luosha. What about Sanagakure? Onoki. This kind of thing should be impossible. Gaara and his siblings are not the kind of people who can be subdued by sugar-coated bullets. Hidan. You trash without faith. Why did I form a team with you? Kankuro. It's really troublesome. I thought I was so smart in the world of Kuro Naruto. From my point of view, just let Temari attack Kuro Naruto at night, and Gaara and I will become uncles. It doesn't matter when the time comes. No matter how Ming plots, the lives of the three of us can definitely be guaranteed. Temari. Huh? Konkuro? Are you really my real brother? Gaara. This. Witty as Sanagakure Konkuro. The audience in Beiming World wanted to make fun of it. But in hindsight, hey, you boy is a F***king genius. Regarding the seizure of Sunagakure 5th Kazekage by Uzumaki Naruto. I don't know who secretly passed the news to the villagers of Konoha village. The big families were stunned when they heard the words. What is going on with our 6th Hokage, that they actually confiscated Sanagakure's Kazekage? This kind of thing has never happened in the history of ninjas. No. I have to go to the 6th generation project to reflect the seriousness of the matter. However, as soon as the family leaders like Nara Shirju and Yamanaka Hai walked out of the door, another kind of speech came into their ears. I heard that the sneak attack of the masked man was teamed up with Sanagakure that night. I've also heard that because Temari tricked 6th Hokage into Sanagakure to help them investigate the deep pit, our village has no purpose for 6th generation to sit in town. Masked men dare to come here. After all, when the Hokage was attacked not long ago, the masked man was given a good meal by 6th Hokage. He was naturally afraid, so he joined forces with Sanagakure. Speaking of which, Sanagakure has betrayed us twice, and I think 6th Hokage's methods are still too weak. It's time to cut off their heads to imitate you. Hush. Are you crazy? However, 6th generation's tricks are already considered acceptable. In the case of deterring the other party, we must also maintain the tolerance of our Konoha village. Don't forget when Cloud Shinobi village came to grab attention, 3rd generation. And our 2nd generation master went to Cloud Shinobi village to sign a truce contract, but was actually assassinated by Cloud Shinobi village Golden Horn and Silver Horn. I heard that 2nd Raikage of Cloud Shinobi village also died. That is also a contradiction within their village itself. Why should our Konoha village suffer along with it? Yes, what you said is very reasonable. Sure enough, our 6th Hokage's method is still kind. At this moment, Nara Shirju and others suddenly realized that maybe this is what the people of Konoha village want. When the other party mentioned the incident 15 about the newly released Hyuga clan, they were quite touched. No family is willing to sacrifice their own family members to make sacrifices for no reason. Moreover, it is still in the case of other ninja villages making mistakes. As a ninja, as a hot-blooded man, why do we have to pay Konoha village every time someone else makes a mistake? Also, Uzumaki Naruto was not harsh on the three of Gaara. They live well, eat well, and have dedicated people to serve them. It's nothing more than asking Sanagakure to redeem someone. If the matter is really important, Tsunade will definitely look for them. Thinking of this, several people retreated. Wait. Let's see what happens. Sure enough, the hearts of the villagers of Konoha village began to change. Even if it is a big Konoha family such as Nara Shirju and Yamanaka Heiichi. For the past things are the same brooding. Who doesn't want the shadow in his village to be tough? The Hyuga Hazashi incident was not a Hyuga family affair. There is Hyuga Hazashi incident. Maybe then there will be Nara Shirju incident. There will be Yamanaka Hai incident. Tsunade. As expected, I blindly guess that the leak of this news has something to do with Haiwu. Jiraiya. You don't need to guess blindly, everyone knows it well, but it is indeed a good method. Onoki. Now the villagers and ninjas in Konoha village have begun to undergo drastic changes under the inducement of money and words, and they will follow the lead of the dark horse in a short time. Shimura Danzo. Gossip. I'm a sucker for this kind of trick. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Yo, my old buddy, where are you now? Shimura Danzo. Hiruzen. Why are you talking on the side of Kuromaki? Don't forget, he obviously has the strength to save you, but he just wants to see you die. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Where leaves fly, so does fire. Shimura Danzo. Go. The news about the ransom was just sent out late at night the next day. Uzumaki Naruto suddenly came to the door of Sasuke's house. Now that Gaara has been detained by him, the situation in Akatsuki can be said to be tending to be stable. Without the concerns of the Akatsuki organization, the initiative is already in the hands of Uzumaki Naruto. As for what surprises Sanagakure and the Land of Winds can bring to him, Naruto is not in a hurry. Even if they really gave up on Gaara, Naruto, who was able to regain the 3 younger brothers, feels that he has nothing to lose. After all, he who has the initiative has plenty of time and methods to lead other forces by the nose. Right now, the most important thing for Uzumaki Naruto to do is to continue to gather his confidence. Help. At home? Are you at home? Help. Sasuke, who was sitting quietly in the room, suddenly heard Uzumaki Naruto's voice, and suddenly got a quick idea, and ran towards the door excitedly. He didn't know why Naruto came to him, but he knew that it was the first time that Naruto took the initiative to find him. Boom. The door is almost broken by Sasuke. Uzumaki Naruto asked in surprise. Did I bother you? No. I just didn't expect you to come to me so late, there must be something urgent. Uchiha Sasuke scratched his head in embarrassment. Since Naruto became Hokage, the two of them seem to have not seen each other for a long time. Could it be that there is a girl hiding in your house? Naruto jokingly looked into the room. Uchiha Sasuke blushed immediately. Don't talk nonsense, I'm refining chakra. Speaking of which, Uchiha Sasuke suddenly remembered that he wanted to talk to Uzumaki Naruto about the most important thing in his heart. He looked at Naruto with firm eyes and said, Naruto, picture. Now I should call you Master 6th Generation. Don't, just call me Naruto. Okay, Naruto. Sasuke was not polite. After changing his words, he immediately said with a serious face, when I learned that Konoha's senior management intends to target the Uchiha clan, I was thinking. Hey. Sasuke sighed. I'm full of hatred for them, but now Danzo is missing, and everyone else was killed by you. Maybe I should thank you, but there is one thing in my heart. Uchiha Sasuke adjusted his emotions and continued. I want to leave Konoha village because I am looking for Uchiha Itachi. You want to ask him what happened to the Uchiha clan back then, right? Uzumaki Naruto is naturally aware of Sasuke's temper. It is not easy for him to endure until now. Yes. Sasuke replied in the affirmative. Looking at Naruto, there seems to be some kind of longing, hoping that the other party will allow him to leave Konoha and embark on a journey to find Itachi temporarily. However, Naruto refused. I don't know what the relationship between the two of you is, but I don't like people who killed my own family. No matter how great his reasons are, the murderer is the murderer. Naruto's words made Sasuke lower his head slowly. He admits that what Uzumaki Naruto said is not wrong. Even though Uchiha Itachi has great difficulties, he is the murderer, but it is an ironclad fact. Okay. You don't have to be discouraged. Uchiha Itachi will take the initiative to come to Konoha village when the time comes. Huh? Naruto's speech again caused Sasuke a flash of surprise. Then, Uzumaki Naruto smiled at Sasuke. Uchiha Itachi is a member of the Akatsuki organization, and their goal is the tail beast. Now that Gaara is detained by me, people from the Akatsuki organization will naturally run to our Konoha village. What are you in a hurry for? Besides, I came to you tonight to give you a present. Gift? Uchiha Sasuke was at a loss when he heard this. What gift still needs to be delivered in the middle of the night? Gift. Could it be that? At this moment, everyone in Beiming world suddenly became nervous. Uchiha Sasuke of the Black Naruto world doesn't know about Kuro Naruto's ability, but the people of the White Naruto world are well aware of his ability. Yamanaka Ino. Could it be? Haruno Sakura. Impossible, this kind of. Uzumaki Naruto swallowed nervously. Uchiha Sasuke's heart was pounding even more. Even Hyuga Neji became inexplicably nervous. Resurrect Uchiha Sasuke's father and mother? In everyone's mind, for Sasuke, nothing is as important as his family. Uchiha Sasuke doesn't know what Uzumaki Naruto is going to give him. However, adhering to the trust in Uzumaki Naruto, Sasuke followed him to a quiet forest in Konoha village. Where? There is a figure waiting for them. Who are you? When seeing the person coming, Sasuke's pupils suddenly closed. You are Orochimaru. Ah la la, long time no see, Sasuke-kun. Orochimaru said with a laugh. Once upon a time, this was his cold-hearted body. But right now, in Orochimaru's mind, there is nothing more interesting than watching Uzumaki Naruto's future. Why did Naruto, Orochimaru appear here? Uchiha Sasuke was startled, looking at Naruto. But I found that Uzumaki Naruto said quite calmly, I told you not to worry, Orochimaru is here to give you a gift. After speaking, Uzumaki Naruto gave Orochimaru a look. The next moment, two figures came from behind the forest. Looking at this, Uchiha Sasuke was stunned. Mother. Mother. Father. Father, hiss. Sure enough. That's a lot of money. Audiences in the world of Beiming are all impressed by Uzumaki's method. With the black name of Rinnegan, the people of Impure World reincarnation can be completely resurrected with the help of Rinne Tensei. And with the help of going back in time, Uzumaki Kuro Ming will not be affected by Rinne Tensei at all. This is absolutely an irreplaceable gift for Sasuke from the Black Naruto world. Uchiha Mikoto. I was actually resurrected by Black Naruto. Uchiha Fugaku. Me too. Uzumaki Kushina. This brat, instead of resurrecting us, resurrected you. Tsunade. Isn't it because he wants to hang Sasuke on him as a thug? Jiraiya. This time, Uchiha Sasuke has more than admiration for Koronaru. Uzumaki Beiming stared blankly. That's what the other world itself does. Hei Ming seems to be able to make everyone around him obtain the happiness they want. Cut off regret? No, he is directly making up for the regrets that have happened. At this moment, the people of Beiming world were completely blown away. If Haiming really wants to win people's hearts, no one can refuse his invitation. Of course, Uzumaki is not a philanthropist, he will choose the people he needs to give awakening. Deidara. Fairy. This is God. Hidan. Isn't it resurrection? The evil god I believe in directly protects me from death. Kakuzu. I don't know if Kurenai is a god or not, but he is indeed the god of wealth. Hoshigaki Kisame. Boss, I have to say that there is a gap between your so-called god and Kuromaki. Nagato. No way, his Rinnegan's pupil technique is too heaven-defying. I really don't know why he can activate such a terrifying Rinnegan. Envious. At this moment, Uchiha Sasuke is undoubtedly envious of the world with Uzumaki Koronaru. Uzumaki Naruto. If I imitate Black Naruto and fuse Sasuke's blood, can I also help everyone like Black Naruto? Uchiha Fugaku. Hey. Although it is not very clear, I think it may not be possible, because the pupil technique of Kurenai is born from his mind. Uchiha Madara. I also wonder why he started the so-called time regression. Terumi Mei. Do you still remember? Myanmar's psychology when destroying Konoha village, the vision for the future, but also the nostalgia for the past. Jiraiya. I think it's because Haimaru doesn't want to face the future. After all, the Otsutsuki clan will come in the future. He is also very confused. Perhaps in his heart, his happiest time is practicing alone with a fox in the back mountain of Konoha village time. The greater the ability, the heavier the responsibility on the shoulders. Uzumaki can choose to ignore everything and live the life he wants. It's a pity that the reality does not allow it. If he doesn't seek trouble from others, it doesn't mean that others are willing to let him live a peaceful life. If you have any questions, they are more reliable than Uchiha Itachi. Uzumaki Naruto beckoned to Orochimaru. Let's leave Sasuke alone. For Uzumaki Naruto, what he wants now is the loyalty of others to him. This kind of handwriting is nothing to him, but for those who lack heart, it is the grace of God. Just like the current Uchiha Sasuke. After chatting with his parents, full of excitement and gratitude, he thanked Uzumaki Naruto again and again. However, Uzumaki Naruto temporarily arranged for Fugaku and Mikoto to live with Orochimaru temporarily. After all, he doesn't want too many people to know about this kind of thing. Naruto, it's not a big deal, it just consumes some vitality, and the worst case is that it will affect lifespan. Uzumaki Naruto waved his hand immediately, and the foolish Uchiha Sasuke felt ashamed. He didn't expect the other party to be able to do this for himself. Naruto, I've actually been wanting to ask you, I heard that the daimyo of the Land of Fire seems to have killed you. If you speak, I can help you to assassinate him. In Sasuke's heart, it is better to help the brother in front of him to do a practical thing than to say more. He has also heard a lot of rumors about the daimyo of the Land of Fire, but seeing that Naruto didn't respond, he didn't ask about it either. But now, the situation is different. Anyone who dares to be unfavorable to Naruto in front of him must pass the level of Sasuke first. After all, for Sasuke, he clearly distinguishes between good and bad. Help. Naruto patted Sasuke's shoulder habitually, and said with a smile, "Don't worry too much if the matter hasn't been finalized yet. With your words, I am satisfied. In the future, if you have time, you can also visit your parents more, but you should always pay attention to the affairs of the village." Snapped. Naruto just finished speaking. I saw Uchiha Sasuke patted his heart and said, "Don't worry, Naruto, I swear by Uchiha's glory, I will just do what you say in the future, and there will be no objection." The audience of Beiming World. He really didn't expect that Himing would use such means to win people's hearts. This can be said to be foul. However, judging from their understanding of Himing must be able to think of anything they can think of. Compared with the ninjas of the same period as Himing, those ninjas who are older than Heming are not so easy to recover. Especially those more powerful guys are not afraid of death, which is very troublesome for Himing. It is obviously irrational to be tough. Then you can only make the other party owe you the favors that you can't repay in your life through emotional ties, and then take them one by one. The Daiming mansion of the Land of Fire did not come in a timely manner. Uzumaki Naruto understands very well. The matter of 6th Hokage detaining 5th Kazekage is no small matter. It will take time at least to deal with it. The second day after finishing Sasuke, Uzumaki Naruto summoned Hitaki Kakashi, Might Guy, Yurihong, Hyuga Neji. Claimed to go out for a trip. The four were very puzzled, but they didn't ask too much. Far away from Konoha village, Kakashi finally couldn't help asking, "6th generation, what are we going to do this time?" However, I haven't waited for Naruto to reply. Several sounds of piercing the air suddenly sounded. Looking at the incoming shuriken, Hyuga Neji has quick eyes and quick hands, and immediately stands in the forefront, hitting revolving heaven, blocking endless suffering. Following the trend, Neji took out the kunai, and using the rest of his body rotation, he threw the kunai directly into the forest. Clang. The sound of iron clashing immediately caused the four of them to frown. Sure enough, we were ambushed. Is it Danzo? Yurihong took the lead in suspecting Danzo as the hostile target. Shimura Danzo. HMPH. Kurenai Yuhi thinks I'm stupid. I have seen the power of Himing in the last attack. How can it appear again if I am not fully prepared? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Who could that be? Is it the name of the Land of Fire? Onoki. Old monkey, are you mocking the IQ of your fire country daimyo? Danzo was beaten to the ground, so daimyo wouldn't just send a few people to attack Uzumaki Black Name. Terumi Mei. Besides, I'm accompanied by Kakashi and others. Could it be who suddenly attacked Hei? Anyone from Sanagakure? At the same time, the attackers in the forest did not continue to hide. After being discovered, they immediately chose to appear in front of everyone. It is a group of people who are dressed similarly to Konoha village Anbu and wear ghost tooth masks. They wear uniforms and masks, except for the different hair colors, otherwise it is almost difficult to distinguish whether they are the same person. Who are you and why are you attacking us? Might Guy was about to ask. However, one of the black-haired ninjas on the other side has already chosen to attack. Although the serving of the other party is similar to Anbu in Konoha village, each of them carries a dagger behind their backs. However, the attacker didn't choose to draw his sword, but used physical skills to sweep his legs towards Might Guy. This feels like. Might Guy was shocked. The opponent's actions were very similar to his leaf hurricane. Guy. Seeing Might Guy being entangled by someone, just as Hitaki Kakashi opened his mouth, a cold light suddenly struck. With no time to think, Hitaki Kakashi took advantage of the opportunity to avoid the opponent's attack. When he saw the dagger in the opponent's hand glowing with lightning, Kakashi frowned and asked, "Did you attach the chakra of lightning attribute to the weapon?" Really good at it. However, what shocked Hitaki Kakashi even more was that not far away, a figure was leaning on a tree and watching the battle below. Orochimaru. Kakashi sees this, a nervous look flashes past. He doesn't know why Orochimaru is here, and what the other party's purpose is. However, the thoughtful Hitaki Kakashi always felt that things were very weird when Tsunade and Orochimaru took down Danzo. A guy who united Sanagakure to launch a war against Konoha and killed 3rd Hokage. Why would he suddenly help Tsunade bring down Danzo? This kind of thing is difficult to understand, and it is also difficult to remember what the relationship between them is. However, looking at the ghost-faced samurai attacking in front of him, Hitaki Kakashi looked even more serious. The same white hair as myself, the same lightning attribute chakra. Familiar knife skills, could it be that? Impossible. Kakashi dodged the opponent's attack again. Not only him, but even Yurihong and Hyuga Neji are also in a hard fight. The opponent seems to know their moves quite well, especially Hyuga Neji, who was beaten by the opponent without even a chance to fight back. After a few rounds, I was defeated directly. 8 inner gates 5th gate Duman open. Here, the might guy who just started 8 inner gates and wants to defeat the opponent is also shocked. The other party actually activated the 8 inner gates. Could it be that? While stupefied, the other party has already made a move, kicking might guy flying more than 10 meters away, and slammed into a rock in the forest. Guy. The moment Kakashi looked back, he felt a chill on his neck. The next second, a deep voice sounded. When fighting, you must concentrate. Yes. Kakashi said calmly, and you have to be vigilant at all times. The best way is to use Shadow Clone to test the opponent's ability. Boom. The next moment, Hitaki Kakashi disappeared into a puff of white smoke. Then he appeared behind the other party, and Guikai also drove to the other party's neck. I have never forgotten the things you taught me. Father. Could it be that that person is? With the previous incident of Uchiha Sasuke, the audience immediately understood the purpose of Uzumaki Kuroning's outing this time. He wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to go out and win Hitaki Kakashi, Might Guy, and Yurihong all at once. Onogi. Could it be that the person with the same hair color as Kakashi is Grandma Chio? Damn it, I can recognize him even when he turned into a ghost. Konoha's White Fangya, Hitaki Sakumo. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Impossible, even Sakumo is resurrected? Hyuga Hiyashi. Then. The person who fought Neji, is it? Hyuga Hazashi. Yes, big brother, I guess it should be me after being resurrected. Shi Hahong. Then. Yuhi Zhenhong. Ahem, is it that even a useless guy like me is covered? Outrageous. Audiences have clearly felt it since Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Makoto were resurrected. As long as Uzumaki Black Ming is willing, reanimation jutsu plus Rinne Tensai with time regression. Haiming's world will not be full of regrets, and can even make up for the regrets of others. Heaven defying. Whether it is to win people's hearts, or to fill the vacancy in others' hearts. It can only be said that the current Uzumaki is simply a heaven-defying existence. However, with trembling hands, Wei cannot defeat the enemy. The ghost-faced man chuckled, raised one shoulder suddenly, and immediately shook the kunai from Kakashi's hand. Then, put the knife on Kakashi's neck. Because of my identity, is my heart shaken? Kakashi. While speaking, the ghost-masked man took off his mask, revealing his original face. It is the so-called father in the mouth of Hitaki Kakashi. Konoha's White Fangya, Hitaki Shuomo. On the other side, looking at Hyuga Neji lying on the ground, the ghost-faced man shook his head and sighed. Hey! How can you protect Master 6th generation at a level like this? The familiar voice was stunned at the same time. Neji's heart trembled, he stood up suddenly and said, You. The other party took off the mask, it was Hyuga Hazashi. At this time, Might Guy also crawled out of the stone slab. The situation on the field surprised him. However, he has seen the bridge where Orochimaru summons the dead soul's first Hokage and second Hokage. For the resurrection of the dead, he was not surprised, but shouted at Kakashi. Kakashi. Don't be fooled by the opponent's appearance, they are just like the masters of the first generation and the masters of the second generation. Not our real relatives. Damn it, I will open the 10th door right now. Just when Might Guy was about to continue exerting his strength, there was a burst of shouting not far away. Stupid guy. Father is a flesh and blood existence, not a resurrection like impure world reincarnation. What? Might Day's high drink made everyone stunned. Resurrection with flesh and blood, doesn't that mean? Father Guy. Father Guy. When Might Dai took off his mask, Might Guy burst into tears. The father and son didn't care about the eyes of other people on the field, immediately hugged each other tightly, and burst into tears. Alright, I think it's time for me to explain to you. 1. At this time, Orochimaru walked towards the crowd. Yuhi Makoto saw this, cupped his hands and smiled. Senior Orochimaru. Father Yurihong is also surprised. Orochimaru killed the third generation. Hey. Yuhi Zhenhong heard the sound, let out a long sigh, and said casually, Hong, that's all in the past. From now on we just need to follow the arrangement of Master 6th generation. Yeah. After all, it's hard to get a second life, and it's all delaying Naruto-sama's blessing. Orochimaru's explanation with a chuckle made the four of Kakashi's eyes widen in shock. Could it be that Naruto has a resurrection technique that is more terrifying than impure world reincarnation? This is a real resurrection of people with flesh and blood, and retains their own sense of action, without any feeling of being manipulated. 6th generation. Yurihong's beautiful eyes trembled in shock. Everyone looked at Uzumaki Naruto, but Naruto smiled and said, Go ahead, don't worry about me. This time I called you out, just to give you this kind of surprise outside. Aiming at Hitaki Kakashi and others, Uzumaki Naruto doesn't know that they don't have the same feelings for him. So deep. Moreover, if you want to impress these people, you can't do it without some unimaginable means. They are as proud as Uchiha Sasuke. Of course, no matter how proud a person is, there is still a soft spot in his heart. Moreover, regarding the resurrection of Hitaki Tsukumo and others, Naruto is not worried that the other party will do something harmful to him. These people are still very reasonable. Know it with reason, move it with emotion. Especially for Konoha's White Fang Hitaki Shuomo. When Uzumaki Naruto learned about his situation from Orochimaru, he made a lot of nonsense, which made Hitaki Tsukumo, who was still confused, suddenly understand a lot. As Konoha's White Fang Tooth? Even Sannin wants to respect you? There is nothing wrong with saving your companions, but if the mission fails and the village in the Kingdom of Fire suffer serious losses, then you are making a big mistake. Don't forget your identity. You are a ninja. Your task is to complete the task excellently to ensure the stability of the village and the country. However, you don't distinguish between primary and secondary, and the heavy task fails. After returning to the village, just being criticized a few times, the mentality collapsed. What kind of hero is this? Hitaki Kakashi not to mention, even the village will wipe your ass for your cowardice, claiming to be a hero who sacrificed for the village to perform tasks. And if you want to break the rules, you must have the strength to break the rules. According to what Uzumaki Naruto said, now he is giving Hitaki a second chance to start over. To make up for his failure to assume the responsibility of being a father, to make up for his being a ninja but not prioritizing the interests of the village and the country. Moreover, Uzumaki Naruto told Hitaki Tsukumo at that time that he wanted to establish an absolutely peaceful country. Although the other party was shocked, Naruto was not afraid of him not cooperating well. If Hitaki Tsukumo had a single mind, Uzumaki Naruto would not mind sending him back to the Pure Land. However, the result was very smooth. After all, my own rebirth was due to the blessing of Uzumaki Naruto, and Hitaki readily accepted Naruto's proposal. Since Hitaki Tsukumo has made sense, with him, it is only a matter of minutes to win the others. Uzumaki Naruto and Orochimaru are not involved in the relationship between their relatives. The other party knew very well, after getting excited, they didn't waste too much time. After all, the four of them are in Orochimaru's secret base, and there will be many opportunities to meet in the future. Okay. Red. Don't cry anymore, you are such a big man, you are a ninja, you can't act like this. Yuhi Zhenhong touched Yurihong's head, dotingly said, We will have opportunities to meet each other in the future, but don't forget who gave us the opportunity. Yeah. Got it, father. Yurihong nodded her head obediently. On the other side, Hyuga Hizashi and Neji, The father and son took off the Konoha village's forehead protector, and smiled at each other. Their father and son are now free people without the shackles of caged bird. Neji, your level is too far behind. This level cannot protect the purpose of the 6th generation. Yes. Father, I will practice assiduously when I go back, and I will never let down Lord Naruto's kindness to us. It's time to chat. Orochimaru clapped his hands and said with a smile, although I don't want to disturb you, but the time is almost up, we have to go back. In the future, if you want to meet, there are many opportunities, but I still hope that you will keep this secret. When the time is not right, don't let too many people know the news. The 4 people agreed on the spot after hearing the words. This kind of thing is definitely not a trivial matter, no one will be stupid enough to spread it everywhere. After several people parted ways, Hitaki Kakashi looked at the back of Uzumaki Naruto who was walking ahead, and finally couldn't suppress the thoughts in his heart. Quicken up your pace and walk quickly towards Naruto. Change. Well. Master 6th generation. Can the 2 of us find a quiet place to have a good talk? Uzumaki Naruto doesn't know what Kakashi wants to talk to him about. However, he followed Kakashi and left alone. Walking to a quiet area, Kakashi narrowed his eyes and smiled. Naruto, first of all thank you for allowing me to meet my father again. Naruto didn't say much, and asked straight to the point. Tell me, Mr. Kakashi, what do you want to know? Looking at Naruto's straightforward appearance, Hitaki Kakashi no longer hides. With a serious expression. Naruto, actually, the first time I saw Princess Fenghua Xiaoyuki coming to you, I felt that something was not right. Spike Fang Shui Bang, I think he should be from Fenghua Tao. As expected of Hitaki Kakashi. The people in Beiming World are still wondering. Fenghua Xiaoshui came to Konoha village under the protection of Spike Avalanche to look for Uzumaki Naruto. If other people do not know the identity of Wolffang Avalanche, but as a former opponent, Hitaki Kakashi should not know the details of Wolffang Avalanche. But, who would have thought that Hitaki Kakashi could be so tolerant? If it wasn't for Uzumaki Himing who took the initiative to win him over to his subordinates, this guy's mouth would be harder than a diamond. Yes, Wolffang Zubing originally asked me if I wanted to hide my identity. I don't think it's necessary. By the way, I can test the reactions of everyone in Konoha village. Unfortunately, not a single fish was caught. Uzumaki Naruto expressed a little regret, and said with a smile, after all, Fenghua Xiaoshui is the princess of Snow Country. There are 10,000 reasons for Langyu Zubing to be her guard, isn't it? Facing Naruto's answer, Hitaki Kakashi narrowed his eyes. Under the helpless expression, I am glad in my heart. This kid's method is even more terrifying than I imagined. If I had really asked or told others in advance, I might have faced what kind of end I would have faced. Well, it's all right. I was always full of cranky thoughts about you before, for fear that you would do too much. But now it seems that no idea is important. Hitaki Kakashi suddenly felt completely relaxed. At the beginning, he thought that Uzumaki Naruto must have done something unexpected to everyone without telling everyone. Now, the relationship between Orochimaru and Uzumaki Naruto has gradually surfaced, and everything has verified what I thought before. However, the resurrection of his father also made Kakashi find the direction of life. Maybe Neji, Guy, Kurenai Yuhi, they are all the same. Uzumaki Naruto has not done anything bad to Konoha village, and has been bringing unexpected surprises to everyone. There is no reason not to support what he wants to do. No matter what you want to do, I will support you, Indai on the 26th. Hearing Hitaki Kakashi's serious statement, Uzumaki Naruto nodded slightly. Suddenly, he seemed to remember something again, and then asked, Mr. Kakashi, can you show me your left eye? Left eye. Kakashi was taken aback. Suddenly, he realized that his ability seemed to have not been reported to Uzumaki Naruto. Is this a temptation from Naruto? Hitaki Kakashi ponders for a moment. However, this feeling is very normal. After all, Uzumaki Naruto is now the 6th Hokage of Konoha village, and he certainly doesn't want anyone to hide it. I really didn't expect that even though you are young, things in the village can't be hidden from your eyes. Honestly, the Sharingan in my left eye has really improved. I developed a new feature of Sharingan. Uzumaki Naruto. Huh? Naruto is a little confused. he just suddenly thought of the right eye of the masked man. And from the analysis of Izanagi mentioned by Danzo, the left eye of the masked man should be used to cast Izanagi with the snatched Uchiha's eye. The right eye is the Sharingan of the masked man himself. The masked man has the right eye, Hitaki Kakashi has the left eye, the two match well. Looking good, Indie. This is the pupil technique newly developed by my Sharingan, don't be scared. After speaking, Kakashi's left eye 3 Tomo Sharingan suddenly turned, unexpectedly changed its shape. Immediately, under Kakashi's hard stare, space distortion occurred around the branches not far away. Click. The next moment, the branch was torn and broken by the twisted space around it. Call. Kakashi let out a long breath, looking a little tired. Just this kind of pupil technique will consume a lot of my chakra. And I feel that my recent Sharingan vision has declined. However, Uzumaki Naruto was stunned. The scene just now, he seems to have known each other. When the masked man wanted to leave, he also used a similar space ninjutsu. It is also launched by Sharingan, and the shape of the masked man's Sharingan is exactly the same as Hitaki Kakashi's Sharingan. Impossible. Uzumaki Naruto was shocked. In such a situation, there is only one thing that makes sense. That is, the right eye of the masked man and the left eye of Hitaki Kakashi are from the same person. Seeing that Naruto is silent, because Cassie thought it was her Kamui, Naruto opened his eyes. So he said, "How about it, my Kamui is fine, pupil art is related to time and space ninjutsu. It seems that the things I can see can be transmitted to another place through the distortion of space. If I keep a close eye on the limbs of the enemy, I can make their limbs like the branches just now, and use the distortion of space to break them off." 1. It's a very good pupil technique. Hearing this, Uzumaki Naruto resisted the doubts in his heart and squeezed out a smile, as expected of Mr. Kakashi. "I remember that you seem to be my father's disciple. If you find time, tell me the story of your past." Hitaki Kakashi didn't see Uzumaki Naruto's weirdness. In his heart, he also wondered why the other party didn't revive 4th Hokage and Uzumaki Kushina since he wanted to hear the story. Unfortunately, for Kakashi, he thinks that the more he knows about the current Uzumaki Naruto, the worse it is. Okay. Back to Konoha village, I will tell you my previous story. From this moment on, the audience in Beiming World laughed. I am really afraid of what will come. Originally, Uchiha Obito took good care of Uchiha Madara in front of Uchiha Madara. Even after meeting with Mionma, his identity was not revealed. Now it's good, but it was betrayed by Hitaki Kakashi's show-off. Black Zetsu. Backstab. What a pity, Obito, you were backstabbed by Hitaki Kakashi. Uchiha Obito. Nohara Lin. Hey. Kakashi didn't mean it either. Onoki. PFF'd. Didn't Obito always worry that Kuromaki would know his identity? Now you can accept it with peace of mind. As long as Kuromaki listens to Kakashi's story, he will definitely associate the masked man with you. Uchiha Obito. That's not necessarily the case. After all, I'm already dead. It's also possible that someone else got my Sharingan. There's always an explanation. Hitaki Kakashi. Hey. I just don't know what kind of means Hyeming will use to force you to show your real body. Uchiha Obito. Shut up Kakashi, you've done more than you've done, and you're saying that Sharingan isn't yours. What are you showing off? Uzumaki Kushina. After all, at this time Kakashi didn't know that the masked man who attacked Konoha was Uchiha Obito. Namikaze Minato. Kakashi, he must want to show off his former companion in front of that kid. Of course, Obito's identity should not be hidden anyway. 4th Raikage. Yes, after all, Hyeming is heartbroken by the masked man. I bet he would dare to use any detrimental tricks in order to investigate the identity of the other party. Back to Konoha village. Uzumaki Naruto couldn't wait to ask Kakashi to tell him about the events of that year. Kakashi didn't pay much attention. He thought Naruto just wanted to hear about the glorious deeds of 4th Hokage. After all, in Kakashi's heart, Uzumaki Naruto is someone who has never met the 4th generation. Even at my own age, I would be extremely excited when I saw my father. Not to mention Uzumaki Naruto. Late night, Hokage office in Konoha village. The story told by Hitaki Kakashi made Uzumaki Naruto unable to calm down for a long time. Uchiha Obito. Uzumaki Naruto repeatedly muttered the other party's name. Naruto. At this time, the voice of Nine Tails suddenly sounded. You have been calling the other party's name for a long time. I know that, kid. You know. Ming was startled and hurriedly asked. How do you know? Huh. Nine Tails snorted proudly. Don't forget, your mother is the previous Nine Tails Jinchuriki. I've seen Obito too, he's a stupid, so-so guy. Nine Tails pondered for a moment, then said seriously, Naruto, I think you are too sensitive. I know you want to tear the masked man apart. However, I don't think the other party is Uchiha Obito. There is no reason. Also, Minato and Kushina are very nice to him. When Kushina was pregnant, I hope that you will be born like Obito, a child full of kindness in your heart. Yeah. Uzumaki Naruto responded softly. Unfortunately, Uzumaki Naruto did not dispel his doubts. Especially when Kakashi mentioned that Obito sent him Sharingan, obviously only Urguyu. Why, under his trial, Sharingan was able to evolve from Urguyu to Sanguyu, and even to the current Mangekyo Sharingan. This situation can be said to be as outrageous as seeing Sage of Six Paths. Although Hitaki Kakashi has experienced a lot of sadness since he was a child. I have been severely stimulated, but he himself is not from the Uchiha family. How could he evolve Sharingan without Uchiha bloodline? Moreover, Kakashi doesn't even know what conditions are needed for Sharingan to evolve into Mangekyo Sharingan. Even, he thought that his Sharingan pupil technique was developed by himself through practice. The most reliable thing now is that his Sharingan has changed long ago, but Hitaki Kakashi himself didn't know it. While Sharingan, the essence of the impact is still that the original owner of this Sharingan was greatly stimulated. Because Naruto himself has the blood of the Uchiha family, and after talking with Sage of Six Paths, he has a very thorough understanding of Sharingan Rinnegan. Sharingan pupil technique comes from one's own mind, and it is a concrete manifestation of spiritual power. If the distance between the two eyes is very close, and when the other party receives strong mental stimulation, the two eyes will have a mental connection at the same time. The so-called spiritual connection is actually the chakra resonance contained in Sharingan itself. Thinking of this, Uzumaki Naruto's face gradually darkened. He believes that Uchiha Obito did not die at Kanabi Bridge. Especially when he was fighting Obito, the opponent's strange ability to penetrate ninjutsu happened to allow him to avoid the damage caused by rocks. At a certain time, Uchiha Obito and Hitaki Kakashi were definitely quite close, and something happened that was enough to cause them great pain. As a result, this pair of Sharingan resonated, prompting it to evolve into Mangekyo Sharingan. Suddenly, Uzumaki Naruto remembered the Nohara Lin that Kakashi mentioned. At the beginning, when Nohara Lin died in his hands. Could it be that time? Naruto, what do you remember? Nine Tails was taken aback by Naruto, who stood up suddenly. Kurama. I know how to distinguish the authenticity of the other party. In a dark cave. Uchiha Obito shivered all over. It's over. It's really over now. From Hei Ming's actions just now, he knew what the other party wanted to do. Black Zetsu patted Obito's shoulder, with an expression of persuading him to mourn. Naturally, he also knows exactly what kind of method Kurenai will use to identify Uchiha Obito's identity. Key person. Nohara Lin. Onoki. It seems that Koronaru wants to resurrect Nohara Rin to identify Uchiha Obito. Terumi Mei. I remember Nohara Rin, she was a very kind and lovely girl, but unfortunately she was tricked by Uchiha Madara. Uzumaki Kushina. Wu. Tool. Obito. Obito. You say you. Nohara Lin. It's okay, Sister Kushina, don't worry too much about it, Haiming is also eager for revenge. Uchiha Obito. Lin, at this moment, are you still trying to excuse him? Black Zetsu. Hey. I think Obito thought of this result from the beginning, so he has been afraid to speak, and now his worries have come true. Uzumaki Kushina. I just feel sad, in two worlds, why are they using Lin, eh? Hitaki Kakashi. It's no wonder that Obito has nothing to do and brought Nine Tails to Konoha village to play wild, hey. Uchiha Obito. Kakashi, I really beg you to shut up. If it wasn't for you showing off the Sharingan I gave you, how could Hyeming suddenly ask you to tell us about the future? What happened before? It's alright now, you're happy. Fourth Raikage. Obito, I think you're thinking too much. That guy Koronaru originally wanted to ask Kakashi about the Sharingan, but he didn't expect to get such a important information. In the dark cave. Itachi, I think you should go to Konoha village to find out the news. Go and find out if that masked man is your younger brother, Sasuke. Some time ago, Obito captured Graph Intelligence. Uzumaki Naruto was attacked by Danzo and the masked man, but the opponent's plan failed. Danzo ran away, and the masked man disappeared. Returning to God, the more Obito thinks about it, the more worried he becomes. In order to avoid mistakes in the plan, he still hopes that Uchiha Itachi will go to Konoha village. Also, I heard that Sanagakure's one tail is now being detained in Konoha village. I don't know if the information is leaked. Let's investigate together. Obito knows Itachi's mind very well. In the heart of the other party, Konoha village and his brother are the most important. In this case, it is better to give Uchiha Itachi a favor and ask him to help investigate some information by the way. Wait until Uchiha Itachi leaves. Obito just wanted to go to Nagato to discuss the tailed beast capture plan. Suddenly, he felt a chill down his spine. Turning back in an instant, but no one was found. This chill. What's going on? On this day, Uzumaki Naruto, who had been waiting so hard, finally had information about the Daming Mansion of the Land of Fire. According to the information brought by the bribed minister, the daimyo of the Land of Winds was very angry about Uzumaki Naruto's seizure of Gaara. This clearly means not taking their Kingdom of the Wind and Sanagakure seriously. Dare to detain their Kazekage of Sanagakure. This kind of thing is unheard of. And it costs 30 billion to open your mouth too much. Where is this going to get so much money? Is this the entire Kingdom of Winds for them? Danzo became active immediately after learning about this. Claimed that Uzumaki Naruto doesn't care about the name of the Land of Fire at all, and 30 billion is not a small amount for the Land of Fire. Uzumaki Naruto's behavior is to use this money to find a way to escape from the Fire Nation. In addition, Danzo also told the Fire Country daimyo about the recent news from Konoha village. For example, the salaries of ninjas are constantly increasing, and even Uzumaki Naruto claims that even without his name in the Land of Fire, Konoha village can still be the #1 village in the ninja world under his leadership. 1. Arrogance. Expansion. I don't know the depth. Shimura Danzo beat Uzumaki Naruto to the head and face in front of the Fire Country daimyo, and scolded Uzumaki Naruto emphatically. In the end, the Fire Country daimyo was also angry. Uzumaki Naruto, I'm afraid he's going to rebel. The daimyo of the Land of Fire responded. I'm going to issue a document, ordering Uzumaki Naruto to release Sanagakure's Gaara and his party. 1. I see if he dares to disobey my order. Besides, daimyo of Fire Nation gets more and more angry. Doesn't he think he is rich? It's only 700 million, how long can he use it? This time, I will not only let him let Gaara go, but also let him compensate the other party for mental damage. Yes. The daimyo is right, you should rub his spirit. Danzo agrees, and almost jumps up excitedly. Uzumaki Naruto dared to take office and killed Koharu and Yan, and even destroyed my 3 families. I really thought that just by opening your mouth, you could make him obedient. You think too highly of yourself. Puff. The audience was dumbfounded by Danzo's behavior. It can only be said that he is worthy of being Danzo. Although he is not as good as Hyeming, his ability to pick things up can definitely be ranked in the ninja circle. Tsunade. Okay. This time, this group of people fell into the trap of Hyeming. Jiraiya. It's just not clear whether the situation will lead to the Ninja World War or just a local war within the Nation of Fire. Orochimaru. Don't worry, with Danzo-sama, it will definitely develop into a ninja war. Uzumaki Naruto remained calm after hearing the news. It is expected that it will not be long before the Fire Country daimyo will send someone to give him a mandatory order. At this moment, he is fully focused on the matter of Uchiha Obito. The back mountain of Konoha village in the middle of the night. This area is the cemetery of Konoha village. Naruto stands in front of the tombstone with Uchiha Obito's name engraved on it, with a cold look on his face. If I really find out that the person is you, I will crush you to ashes. Audience. What a hate. No one has ever seen such an angry Hei Ming. Even how the villagers of Konoha village insulted and excluded him back then, Ming had never shown such an angry look. And now, he still can't make up his mind, as if he already has a monstrous hatred for Uchiha Obito. This is a situation that the audience can't imagine at all. Jiraiya. Hei Ming. It's really the first time I've seen him hate someone so much. Terumi Mei. Is there a possibility, in his heart, he believes that Obito is the masked man, so he is even more angry. Uchiha Obito. Hey. That must be the reason. Hitaki Kakashi. Nine Tails has to be blamed for talking too much. It may be because it told Black Ming about the attitudes of Minato teacher and Kushina's sister towards Obito. His anger will naturally be as it is now. Nine Tails. White-haired brat. What nonsense are you talking here? Blame me for talking too much. Isn't what I said the truth? If he insists on saying it, he deserves it. Nine Tails. That night he attacked Konoha village while Kushina was giving birth. Is there any plan? Is there any motive? Can he capture me? Don't say that they want to kill Uchiha in order to blame the Uchiha clan. There are many ways to kill Uchiha. Wang just wanted to vent his dissatisfaction with selfishness that night. Uchiha Obito. 11 Nine Tails. You deserve it. I wonder how this kid Bai Ming can forgive you. Namikaze Minato. Don't talk about Nine Tails. Obito at least helped Naruto in the end. Otherwise he might have died because of chakra without a tailed beast. Nine Tails. Cut. Isn't it just a death? Even the murderer who killed his own parents can forgive. I really don't know what that brat thinks. Uchiha Sasuke. I also think what you said is a bit too much. Isn't Baiming also for the future of everyone in the ninja world, including you tailed beasts? Although I don't understand his behavior, I know all the people in the ninja world. No one is qualified to criticize him. Uzumaki Naruto. Sasuke. Uchiha Sasuke. Stop it, don't show such a pitiful look. If you can be like Koronaru, you won't have these problems. However, just when Uzumaki Naruto wanted to leave, in the dark night, a figure suddenly flashed by. It will fall in front of him. Uzumaki Naruto frowned, the two looked at each other, and a pair of blood-red eyes were reflected in Naruto's blue eyes. Then, Naruto felt dizzy. When he reacted again, he had actually entered a different space. He was tied to a cross. Uzumaki Naruto. It was none other than Uchiha Itachi who taught Uzumaki Naruto the shuriken throwing technique. This time, he came to Konoha village not only to confirm the identity of the masked man as Uchiha Sasuke. He cares more about Naruto, the 6th Hokage of Konoha village. I heard that he seized Sanagakure's 5th Kazekage for no reason. This kind of thing is not a joke. It may trigger a war between the two villages. Not only that, once Konoha and Sanagakure fight, other countries may take advantage of it. Don't move around. This is my Tsukuyomi space. Everything inside will be under my control. If you resist, you will be seriously injured. I just want to ask you some questions. If you cooperate, I won't hurt you. Facing Itachi's questioning, Uzumaki Naruto didn't answer him. Let him just gossip there on his own. I want to ask you, what is a village and what is Miying? Neuropathy. Uzumaki Naruto narrowed his eyes. Since the moment Uchiha Itachi sneaked into Konoha village, he has already detected the opponent's actions through perception. Originally thought that Uchiha Itachi came here quietly to find Uchiha Sasuke or investigate Gaara. Unexpectedly, the other party actually came to me first. And he also asked a question that made him feel that there was something wrong with him. If I knew this earlier, I should have asked Sasuke and the others what happened to the Uchiha clan. Why on earth did Uchiha Itachi want to slaughter a family? Uzumaki Naruto was speechless. Seeing that Sasuke didn't say anything at the time, he didn't have the nerve to ask. After all, this is a question related to other people's clan. Can't you answer? Uchiha Itachi's words gradually became cold. If you can't even answer this question, you are still too young to become Hokage. However, just as Itachi finished speaking, he heard Uzumaki Naruto's voice coming from behind. I don't really know what's wrong with you coming here at night. However, whether I become a Hokage or not has nothing to do with a person like you who slaughters his own family. And you are a traitor now. Even if I kill you on the spot, no one will sympathize with you. Nani? Uchiha Itachi was in a trance for less than a second, and opened his eyes again, only to find that the person tied to the cross was actually himself. Impossible. How did he manage to bounce off my Tsukuyomi? Uchiha Itachi was shocked. I can't believe everything in front of me. Could it be because of his body that his pupil power has dropped to such an extent? Why? Sure enough, the situation will become like this. As Uchiha Madara once said, Uchiha Itachi and Uchiha Shisui, pupil skills seem very pervert. But pupil power is at best that of Mangekyo Sharingan. Compared with Hei Ming who already has Rinnegan, all these pupil skills are just a big sword in front of Guangong. It can only make people laugh. Not to mention the current Uzumaki Black Ming, who has the Sage of Six Paths chakra, and the strength of chakra is even more difficult for ordinary people to match. The power of yin is the representative of spiritual power. Perhaps even in the face of an illusion of the level of infinite Tsukuyomi, Kuro Naruto can be unaffected. Don't mention Tsukuyomi, the level between the two is too big. Snort. Uzumaki Naruto snorted coldly. Tsukuyomi's fantasy space can be broken. Uchiha Itachi suddenly felt weak and almost collapsed to the ground. For the sake of the fact that you once handed me the shuriken throwing, I don't want to argue too much with you. If you want to go to Sasuke, I won't stop you, but don't do other tricks in Konoha village. Your every move, I already know it like the back of my hand. Naruto, who has never experienced what a family is since he was a child, cherishes the family very much. A person like Uchiha Itachi who can raise a knife to the family, he really can't arouse the interest in chatting. Also, if you come here for the tailed beast, Gaara lives next door to me. If you have the ability, try it out. I can tell you responsibly that you will die as a result. Leave a sentence coldly. Uzumaki Naruto turns around and is about to leave. At this moment, Uchiha Itachi seems to understand Naruto's intention. The so-called detainment of Gaara is to prevent the progress of Akatsuki's plan. However, what he couldn't understand was why the other party offered Sanagakure a condition of 30 billion taels. This is obviously intensifying the contradiction. Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto just took 2 steps, but was stopped by Uchiha Itachi behind him. I just want to remind you that once Sanagakure and Konoha village go to war, other villages will definitely take advantage of it. By the time, unfortunately, before Uchiha Itachi finished speaking, he was interrupted by Uzumaki Naruto. What about Konoha village and Sanagakure is not something you should consider. 1. Please remember your current identity. You just slaughtered the Uchiha clan, Konoha's rebellious ninja. You are not qualified to ask these things, certainly. Speaking of which, Uzumaki Naruto smiled playfully. If you want to be a hero, then help Gaara pay the ransom, and I will release him naturally. Or, if you are worried that other ninja villages will take advantage of the chaos to attack Konoha, then go and kill those ninja villages who want to make trouble. If you can't do it, just shut up. Show no mercy. Uzumaki Koronaru didn't give Uchiha Itachi any affection at all. Sure enough, when Hei Ming disliked a person, his attitude would be very obvious. Tsunade. Uchiha Itachi is also unlucky. He just happened to be in a bad mood and insisted on pretending to be a saint. Jiraiya. Fortunately, the me in that world is still wandering around foolishly. Otherwise I might be scolded. Namikaze Minato. Hey, probably not, that kid actually respects Mr. Jiraiya. Uzumaki Kushina. That's because teacher Jiraiya is Minato's teacher, or the child persuaded teacher Jiraiya to retire earlier. Deidara. I'm laughing to death. Itachi's operation, is it a hero in the dark? It's a pity that Haiming is not used to your problems. Hidan. Bah. The undercover scum, the shame of the Akatsuki organization. Kakuzu. Ugly speaking, Itachi, if you dare to attack the Akatsuki organization's treasury for Gaara's ransom, I will try my best to kill you. Uchiha Fugaku. Hey. The main reason is that Kuromaki is too contemptuous of the massacre of compatriots, otherwise he might not have so much malice towards Itachi. Uchiha Itachi is at a loss. He doesn't know what Uzumaki Naruto wants to do now. However, he felt that the other party was not the kind of foolish person. There is no way, he can only walk quietly in Konoha village, and set the goal of this trip on Sasuke. After sneaking into the house, Sasuke is not there. After waiting for a long time, there was a sound at the door, and Uchiha Sasuke returned home humming a ditty. This child. I seem to be in a good mood recently. In the dark, Uchiha Itachi was slightly surprised. He obviously made Sasuke's heart full of hatred for himself, so that he was able to change his eyes. The stronger the hatred, the higher the chance that he can open Mangekyo. Now, what is going on with Sasuke? When the lights in the room were turned on, Uchiha Sasuke suddenly noticed a figure in the room. Who? The sudden figure startled Master Zuo and almost jumped up. Looking at the whole Konoha village, except for Uzumaki Naruto, who would dare to come to his house for no reason. Of course, even if it is Naruto, the other party will not come. Thief. Sasuke, who is in a good mood, can do it if he doesn't have one. After adjusting his mood, Sasuke looked in the direction of the figure again. Seeing this, he was startled and immediately widened his eyes. Weasel? Uchiha Itachi is at a loss at the same time. The situation at the scene is very wrong. According to his past experience, when Sasuke sees him, he should call out his famous minister heartbreakingly. The next moment, holding Chidori, opening the Sharingan and rushing towards him. Even Uchiha Itachi is ready to force Sasuke to calm down. However, what he couldn't imagine was that the other party seemed to hate him no longer as deep as before. Oh? My stupid brother, is it because of the reason last time that he didn't dare to take the initiative to come forward when he saw me this time? Uchiha Sasuke. Waving his hand, Sasuke hastily turned off the light. Whispered. Don't talk about this, you came here this time, so you haven't been discovered by others. Uchiha Itachi. What is the situation? Uchiha Sasuke is actually worried about being discovered by others? Uchiha Itachi's dazed expression is really funny. He must have never thought of it, and now, Sasuke in the world of Hyumin has long been beyond his control. When the opponent wanted to kill Danzo angrily, he had already guessed the tricks of Konoha Village's senior management. I remembered that it was the work of Konoha Village's high-level executives, plus the hatred for Uchiha Itachi these years, and the happy time of the two brothers. In a rage, Sasuke opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. After meeting his parents and learning the truth, Sasuke has long since lost his hatred for Uchiha Itachi. In this comparison, Uchiha Sasuke from the Black Naruto world and Uchiha Sasuke from the White Naruto world have a huge gap in their living conditions. Sasuke of Beiming world has been led by the nose by hatred. He hated Uchiha Itachi in the early stage, and after killing him, he learned that everything was related to the high-level officials of Konoha village. Then Uchiha Obito took advantage of it, and the backhand was about to kill Konoha village. In the end, I was told by Uchiha Itachi from Impure World Reincarnation halfway. No matter how dark the village is, I will always be Uchiha Itachi from Konoha village. Then, Uchiha Sasuke changed his mind about revenge. Now the Uchiha Sasuke in the world of Hei Naruto is already humming a ditty happily. The difference between the two, which one is happier, can be easily distinguished. Uchiha Itachi is very confused. Seeing that Sasuke no longer hates himself, his previous anger has disappeared. I wanted to find out if Sasuke was the masked man that Obito said. Looking at it now, it's completely impossible. I'm very strange, you seem to already know about me, and you don't hate me anymore? Uchiha 273, Itachi asked slowly. This question stopped Sasuke. Depend on. I forgot when I was excited, about the resurrection of my parents, I can't let other people know. Then, Uchiha Sasuke squinted at Itachi. Asked with a look of distrust. You came here at night, didn't you take the initiative to fight? What do you want to do? As a member of the Akatsuki organization, is your mind now in the Akatsuki organization or is it the same as before? Speaking of this, Sasuke showed contempt. Naruto is right. People who attack their own compatriots cannot be forgiven. However, he also told me that the matter about our Uchiha clan should be resolved by ourselves. After thinking for a long time, Sasuke suddenly made up his mind. You wait here honestly for a while, I'll go find Naruto. If he agrees, I will take you to a place. Uchiha Itachi is even more confused. The stinky brother in front of me actually wants to take himself to a place? However, Itachi didn't say anything. After a while, Uchiha Sasuke ran back excitedly. Naruto said, he doesn't care about our affairs. Let me do whatever I want. As for your final judgment, let them have the final say. Uchiha Sasuke thought of his parents. Although the other party once told himself that he doesn't hate Itachi, Sasuke still hopes that Uchiha Itachi will make spiritual atonement for what he did. I'll take you to meet our parents. What? At this second, Uchiha Itachi's brain crashed directly. Parents? Could it be that? He suddenly realized, no wonder Sasuke hummed a ditty happily. Could it be that his parents were resurrected? Is it Orochimaru? Reanimation jutsu? However, facing Uchiha Itachi's ignorant appearance, Sasuke snorted coldly. You seem to underestimate the ability of Konoha Village 6th Hokage. Impure World Reincarnation's resurrection technique, is it called a resurrection technique? Today's parents are resurrected from the dead in the true sense, and they will not be manipulated by anyone to affect their will. It's just that Naruto said that he doesn't want this kind of thing to make a fuss in Konoha Village, so he temporarily let his parents live in Orochimaru. Orochimaru. Uchiha Itachi is even more stupid. Uzumaki Naruto not only revived his parents, but also got involved with Orochimaru. Sasuke. Orochimaru. Relax. Uchiha Sasuke waved his hand again. Orochimaru is now Naruto's loyal subordinate. Of course, me too. Speaking of which, Uchiha Sasuke changed the topic sharply, and his attitude became a little indifferent. I don't care how deeply you love Konoha Village. But Konoha Village's former senior management has done a lot to us Uchiha. Nowadays, I can occasionally stay with my parents, thanks to Naruto. I don't care about Konoha Village, but if you want to harm Naruto, I will fight you hard. Uchiha Sasuke fell straight down. Until now, the people in Beiming World know exactly what Sasuke in Himing World is like. It turned out that in his heart, he didn't care about the rise and fall of Konoha Village at all. But, even so, no one thought that in Sasuke's heart, Hemming's position was so important. Like a benefactor. But if you think about it, it's worth understanding. The senior officials of Konoha Village said that for the sake of Konoha Village, they will persecute the Uchiha clan. Himing is also an executive of Konoha Village, but he helps Sasuke realize his wish to see his parents. Comparing the two, there is a huge gap. Let's go. I'll take you out now. Uchiha Sasuke cleans up. Turning back again, looking at Uchiha Itachi. When you sneaked into Konoha Village, didn't you meet Naruto? This question stunned Itachi. After all, when he sneaked in, the doorman didn't seem to come out of the room, as if he didn't notice him. Moreover, I took the initiative to find Uzumaki Naruto. No. Naruto did not take the initiative to intercept me. 1. That's weird. Sasuke pondered for a few seconds, then clapped his hands. I see, he is the Hokage of Konoha Village. I must be clear about your affairs. I thought I wanted to give you a chance to make up, so I didn't stop you. I was talking too much, I told him something about you. No. It's because the Konoha Village guards were negligent. Uchiha Itachi shook his head and smiled. How can such a defense resist the invasion of outsiders? But, as soon as Uchiha Itachi finished speaking, Uchiha Sasuke cast him an idiot-like look. Hey, Itachi, I seem to have made a mistake. Now the gatekeepers of Konoha Village are all Naruto's shadow clone. Don't say it's you. Even if a dog sneaks in, he will know it clearly. Nani? At this moment, Uchiha Itachi felt completely defeated. Back then, he thought he could turn the tide, without discussing with anyone, in order to protect the stability of Konoha Village. Slaughter the Uchiha clan. At that time, he thought that what he did was correct. Just like tonight, he thinks what he is doing is still so noble. To ask Uzumaki Naruto what is a village and what is a Hokage. However, the strength gap between the two sides made him slap in the face severely. What makes him even more self-deprecating is that it turns out that his every move has long been under the surveillance of the other party, and he just ignored him because he was given a chance to redeem himself. Clown. At this moment, Uchiha Itachi realized that he was like a clown. Deidara. Red Sand Scorpion. Deidara, what's wrong with you? Deidara. I seem to be thinking of something bad. Red Sand Scorpion. Is it because you sneaked into Sanagakure and were discovered by Gaara? Konkuro. I suddenly remembered that when Deidara went to Sanagakure, Deidara fell from the sky, and the handsome man successfully sneaked in, and Gaara stood in front of him. Tamari. It doesn't matter, I think it won't be long before he starts sneaking into Konoha village again. Maybe before he lands, he has to be killed by Koronaru's spiral shuriken on the spot. Deidara. Under the perception of Uzumaki Naruto, Uchiha Sasuke and Uchiha Itachi sneak out of Konoha village. He did not intervene. After all, when Sasuke came to find him just now, he had already told Naruto about Uchiha Itachi's deeds. The other party attacked the Uchiha clan because they were coerced by the Konoha village executives. But in Naruto's eyes, he still doesn't like Uchiha Itachi. However, Naruto still asks Sasuke to bring Uchiha Itachi back to see him when things are over. He has something to ask the other party. Is it about the masked man? Nine Tails asked curiously. Uzumaki Naruto nods. The night of the Uchiha genocide, Joken Danzo and the masked man divided up the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan. Naruto does not believe that Uchiha Itachi, who participated in the genocide, did not know the identity of the masked man. When the time comes, come back and ask Itachi if you know who the masked man is. I think you might be disappointed, Naruto Nine Tails laughed. Since the identity of the masked man is so mysterious, how could he be exposed to Uchiha Itachi? Kurama. I didn't say Uchiha Itachi had to know. At least, if he has contact with the masked man, he can help me convey some information to him. For example, he came to Konoha to investigate. It was discovered that a dead ninja was miraculously resurrected from Konoha village. Also, the relationship with Hitaki Kakashi is very close. You mean? Nine Tails was stunned for a second after hearing this, and then said, do you still suspect that the other party is Obito? Is it true? I think there will be an answer soon. Uzumaki Naruto's eyes flickered with indifference. I'm coming. Uzumaki Black Ming is finally going to start with Nohara Rin. This trick can be described as extremely vicious. Not only to bring Nohara Rin back to Uchiha Obito, but also to tell him that he has a close relationship with Hitaki Kakashi. Murder. If this kind of information reaches Uchiha Obito's ears, the other party will go crazy. No guesswork, with Uchiha Obito's affection for Rin Nohara. If he hears this information, I am afraid that I will have insomnia every night in the future. Onoki. Torture, proper torture. Terumi Mei. It's really mental torture. I remember that Uchiha Obito likes Nohara Rin very much. It's too cruel for Koronaru to ask Itachi to bring him this kind of information. Hitaki Kakashi. Obito, don't blame me, it's not my problem, it's Himaru who really wants to cure you. Uchiha Obito. Kakashi, you underestimate me. What I'm worried about now is not this problem. I'm worried that Black Naruto will take his anger on Lin because of my problem. Lin is innocent. Hiss. Obito's words immediately took everyone's breath away. Anger. This approach is somewhat familiar. It's like Uchiha Obito took the anger out on Namikaze Minato for Rin Nohara's death. Caused numerous casualties in Konoha village during the Nine Tails Rebellion. It directly killed Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Kushina, who had high hopes for him. Tsunade. If you put it that way, I think Hyeming will really do this at 0.1. Uzumaki Kushina. Sister Tsunade, do you mean that child will blame Nohara Rin for Obito's actions? Namikaze Minato. Hey, Hitaki Kakashi. Really, every time Himaru wants to punish someone, he seems to do it like this, to let the other party feel what they felt when they persecuted others. Jiraiya. The villagers of Konoha village, Shimura Danzo, Udatane Kaharu, Mitokado Homura, and their clansmen, do seem to be like that. Nagato. His approach is quite similar to mine. The pain we experience in the land of rain is returned to those who gave us pain. Terumi Mei. That's over. Poor Rin Nohara is a kind and lovely girl, but she will be persecuted because of Obito. Uzumaki Kushina. No way, I think that child just wanted to use Nohara Lin to prove Obito's identity, and he shouldn't really take his anger on Nohara Lin. Xiao Lin, don't you? Scared. Nohara Lin. Well. Hey, I don't know exactly what Hyman will do, but with his methods, maybe it's not as simple as death. Obviously, Uzumaki Kushina's rhetoric is not enough to convince the public. Everyone knows that Uzumaki is a vengeful lord. He who was not considered strong in the past is not a person who suffers from being dumb, let alone Hyman who is now an invincible ninja, let alone let himself hold his breath. The most important thing is to face the murderer who caused the tragic death of his parents. The audience in Beiming World doesn't know whether Hyman will really anger Nohara Lin because of Obito, and they don't know what specific things he will do. But one thing they know very well is that Uzumaki will definitely make Uchiha Obito pay dearly. Beiming World. People who are watching Uzumaki Kuromaki's life can say that they already know Kuromaki's character and behavior very well. If his major interests are not involved, he is not a bloodthirsty person. Words such as ruthless and insane have nothing to do with him. And, in some matters, he was not disobedient. Going his own way has nothing to do with him. What's more, so far, he has things in his heart that others don't know. But I really want to be his enemy, involve too many interests, or affect his main development direction. Sorry, Uzumaki Koronaru will treat each other as an enemy. At this time, he will never have any ambiguity about the so-called conspiracy and cruelty. For example, regarding the resurrection of others, Hei Ming is not the virgin. What he did has a stake in him. Uchiha Sasuke, Hitaki Kakashi, Might Guy et al., or including Hitaki Tsukumo, Might Die, Yuhi Mako, and Hyuga Hizashi. These people can be described as good combat power. The most important thing is that with their non-earning character, they will be cherished after their second rebirth, and it will be easier for Hyman to manage them. But for the Uchiha clan, Uzumaki knew their arrogance in his heart, so it was naturally impossible to revive them all. Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Makoto are just gifts for Sasuke. It's just that Uzumaki doesn't seem to want to comment too much on Uchiha Fugaku's character of not doing anything as a patriarch. After all, that was the business of their Uchiha clan, not the Uzumaki clan. If Uchiha Fugaku is the patriarch of the Uzumaki clan, not to mention being resurrected, as long as the other party is alive, Hyman may take the initiative to strangle him to death. This time, Uchiha Obito is really worried. He looked at Black Zetsu, and Black Zetsu looked at him, their eyes staring at each other. Black Zetsu, if I knew that things would go this way, I should have preserved Lin's body. Obito was deeply remorseful. At the beginning, after witnessing the death of Rin Nohara, he killed all the Kirigakure ninjas who were chasing him. Holding the corpse of Rin Nohara, he made up his mind to use infinite Tsukuyomi to create a perfect world. In that world, there is Lin, Kakashi, everything, except there is no so-called sadness. Everyone will live in the life world they want most in their hearts. At the same moment, Uchiha Obito denies this world, denies the 15 cruel world without Lin. Just like Obito thinks, the dead Nohara Lin is a fake Nohara Lin. Everything in this world is fake. Since Mangekyo Sharingan had just been opened, Wong didn't know the existence of the Kamui space. As for Nohara Lin's body, he did not recover it. And, after Hitaki Kakashi woke up, he didn't know what happened around him, who killed these Kirigakure ninjas. Who would have thought that Naruto in the world of Hei Ming would think of taking revenge on himself in this way? The dark basement. A figure is controlled by the restraint technique. He glared at Uzumaki Naruto in front of him. Uzumaki Naruto, you dare to kill me? I am from the Sarutobi clan. Why don't you dare? You are also the one who sold the information on Konoha village to the daimyo of Fire Nation in exchange for money. I think third Hokage knows about this. I'm afraid he will jump out of the coffin angrily. Uzumaki Naruto dismisses the Sarutobi clan in front of him. It's just eating what's inside and out. Of course, I also know that your family has once had such a big figure as third Hokage, so your temperament is different from other families. And for my name Hokage, there are many people in your family who don't say it on the surface but are unhappy in their hearts. Especially the Genju clan. Midaman clan and Shimura clan who are friendly with you have all been kicked out of Konoha village, and you are also very upset about this. HMPH. Don't think I don't know. After you drove them out, you must have killed them by some means. Uzumaki Naruto, if you kill me, the daimyo of the Land of Fire will not let you go. The person in front of him interrupted Naruto's conversation, but was stunned. Naruto frowned. This kid. A little guts. Okay, I know. You should have nothing to say. I'm actually helping you. Since you support the name of the Fire Nation so much, go down and help him find the way. When the time comes, it will be better to find a place for him to settle down in advance in Pure Land World. What? Sarutobi Mitsui heard the words and couldn't believe what he heard. You want. However, the voice of the purpose has not yet landed. The surrounding soil has started to rush towards him, and the pain from his body suddenly made Sarutobi Mitsui scream in pain. After a while, the screaming stopped. The person who appeared in front of Naruto again was Nohara Lin, who was released by Impure World Reincarnation. So she is Nohara Lin. Naruto looks the other up and down. It was the first time that he opened someone else's grave and stole her body. It's a pity that Uchiha Obito's name is forever engraved on the tombstone of the Konoha village collective martyrs. That tombstone is specially prepared for ninjas who have lost their bones on the battlefield. It's a pity if there is an Obito account. Hey, look what I'm talking about. If there is his body, it proves that he died long ago. Uzumaki Naruto laughed self-deprecatingly. I'm about to be overwhelmed by the Uchiha Obito thing. Naruto. It's really not possible. You detain Kakashi's Sharingan, and then use the Sharingan to perform reanimation jutsu on Obito. If he doesn't appear in front of you, it proves that he is still alive. Nine Tails laughed and almost leaned back. He thought to himself that he was such a little genius, that he could come up with such a great idea. That's unnecessary. Uzumaki Naruto refused. After all, it is a Sharingan with good abilities. Kakashi has been using it for so many years. Let him keep it. What's more, we just use Nohara Lin to find out the real identity of the other party. If it's not Obito, then let Nohara Lin's soul return to the Pure Land World. For Uzumaki Naruto, who has been thinking about people's hearts, he is very clear about Nao Wang's thoughts on Nohara Lin. If it is really like what Hitaki Kakashi described, Obito will undoubtedly be in love with Rin Nohara. It is even possible that Uchiha Obito would rather die himself than Nohara Rin. If Obito heard the news of Nohara Rin's resurrection, it would be impossible for him not to have a slight mood swing. But Uzumaki Naruto's face darkened, and his tone became a lot more blunt. If the other party is really Uchiha Obito, then don't blame me. Hymen's plan came as promised. The audience let out a sigh of relief. What should come will always come, especially someone like Uzumaki Hymen who says he will do it. Tsunade. Well, it has already started, but it seems that Kuro Naruto did not use Rinne Tensai's art to revive Rin Nohara. Orochimaru. That's because the people of reanimation jutsu can be controlled by the caster. Onoki. This situation is understandable. If it were me, I would not use Rinne Tensai technique on Nohara Rin. After all, it is only for the purpose of investigating intelligence for the time being. Hitaki Kakashi. Hey! Reanimation jutsu manipulates the dead as a marionette, which is actually disrespectful to the dead. Uchiha Madara. This is not right. I think Obito is definitely not willing to see Kuro Naruto use Impure World Reincarnation to control Lin. In his heart, this is a humiliation to Nohara Lin. Senju Hashirama. It's really troublesome, Tobirama. I told you long ago that you are not allowed to study this kind of weird ninjutsu. You see something happened now. Senju Tobirama. Brother, how can you blame me for this kind of thing? Ninjutsu is nothing but a manifestation of power, good or bad. It depends on the mind of the performer. Shimura Danzo. Let's not discuss Kuromaki and Obito for now. The living people he used just now are from the Hiruzen family. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Shimura Danzo. Hiruzen, you don't have to be silent. I have already expected that the Sarutobi clan would not really approve of Kuro Naruto. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Danzo, what do you want to say? Shimura Danzo. What I'm trying to say is that you, the Sarutobi clan, are most likely to follow in our footsteps. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Danzo, Eruzan has not killed our Sarutobi family so far, as long as you don't provoke discord. Everything's ready. The rest of the time is to find Hitaki Kakashi to talk about my conjecture, ask him to cooperate in a play, and let him check on the scene to see if the other party is really Uchiha Obito. Uzumaki Naruto got everything ready and took a shower comfortably. The lights in the next room are still bright, and the three of Gaara are worried that they haven't slept well these days. However, everything doesn't matter anymore. Uzumaki Naruto is lying on the bed and plans to take 10 good rests tonight. After all, after a while, Konoha village is about to say goodbye to the land of fire. If the opponent chooses to endure, Naruto will choose to continue to be aggressive. This war must be fought. The next day, early in the morning, Hitaki Kakashi arrived at the Hokage calendar office. Uzumaki Naruto informed Hitaki Kakashi of his meeting with Namikaze Minato. And he told Hitaki Kakashi the details of Namikaze Minato fighting the masked man in the Nine Tails Rebellion. At first Kakashi didn't know why Uzumaki Naruto told himself this. However, the more he listened, the more he felt it chilled down his spine. The pupil technique used by the other party when leaving is also a space-time ninjutsu that distorts space? Isn't this similar to my own Kamui? Moreover, the Sharingan who cast the pupil technique is only the right eye exposed outside, and his own left eye. Boom. Uzumaki Naruto didn't even have time to tell Kakashi what he was thinking. The clever Kakashi first linked the identity of the masked man to Uchiha Obito. Naruto. No. Master 6th generation. Hitaki Kakashi breaks out in a cold sweat. This kind of thing is too unbelievable. However, he must explain the details of the matter clearly. Master 6th generation. First of all, you also know that my Sharingan is the right eye, and during the Nine Tails Rebellion, my Sharingan did not become the so-called Mangekyo Sharingan in your mouth. Secondly, although I was in Anbu at the beginning, due to my age. Question. My contemporaries and I were blocked in the barrier by Hong's father, Senior Zhenhong. You can ask any of my contemporaries about this matter, or you can ask Mr. Zhenhong. Uzumaki Naruto was stunned for 2 seconds after hearing the words, huh? Mr. Kakashi. What are you talking about? Hitaki Kakashi, who often wanders among high-level executives, knows the truth. Don't let the high-level people have doubts about themselves in their hearts, otherwise the problem will be serious. 6th generation. I understand what you mean, but I also have to explain my own affairs to you. Only. Kakashi paused, his eyes visibly trembling. According to what you said about Mr. Minato's experience, there is only one masked man. Uchiha Obito. Hitaki Kakashi said Uchiha Obito's name with difficulty. In his mind, he couldn't believe that Obito did all these things. That is his best friend, who also influenced his life. And Minato-sensei and Kushina-senpai are quite friendly towards Uchiha Obito, they are just like Obito's other relatives. Kakashi doesn't believe that Uchiha Obito will do such a thing to the two of them. Those who break ninja rules in the ninja world are trash, but those who don't cherish their companions are even worse than trash. 230. Uchiha Obito's remarks that affected his life slowly emerged in Kakashi's mind. How could such a person do such a terrible thing to Konoha village? For a while, Hitaki Kakashi suddenly felt a throbbing pain in his head. It seems to have sensed the change in Kakashi's mood. Uzumaki Naruto chuckled lightly. Mr. Kakashi, don't be nervous, maybe someone snatched the Sharingan with the stem. Or the other party is a relative who even Uchiha Obito doesn't know. After all, Uchiha Madara once defected to Konoha village, and it is also possible that Uchiha other people we don't know defected. Uzumaki Naruto stood up and walked to the window. If Obito's relatives, maybe they can also have the ability similar to bringing a Sharingan. 1. He defected to Konoha, and there is a great possibility that he will come back for revenge. But the masked man is too dangerous, we must investigate his identity as soon as possible. To guarantee Konoha. No, he will affect the safety of the entire ninja world. Uzumaki Naruto changed the subject slightly, and Kakashi naturally understood what the other party meant. 6th generation, we still need to investigate carefully. After all, the masked man is always the most dangerous hidden existence to Kai Konoha. The opponent is summoning 9 tails. Hitaki Kakashi dare not bet on the future of Konoha village with this level of threat. Check. Must be strictly checked. Kakashi calmed down, smiled and said, Naruto, you must have made up your mind about this matter. What do you need me to do? As expected of Uzumaki Black Naruto, the audience in Beiming World, especially some high-level officials of Ninja Village, were all shocked by his behavior. Uchiha Obito is a very important existence for Hitaki Kakashi. If Uzumaki insists on his deepest thoughts, it may be a kind of harm to Kakashi, and the other party may not be able to perfectly cooperate with his work. However, Himing made Kakashi take on the task of investigating Obito's identity with a few words and no haste. Tsunade. Is this really something a 16-year-old boy can do? If it were me, I would definitely slap the table and say that the other party is Obito. Terumi Mei. According to my guess, in Kakashi's heart now, the identity of the masked man has been thought of as Obito's relatives. Onoki. That's right. Kakashi definitely wants to restore Obito's innocence, and he will definitely cooperate with all his heart. Shimura Danzo. Cut. This means, more and more like Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Danzo, I have been sitting on Konoha for decades, you don't really think I have no means, do you? If it weren't for some stupid things you did, I would be so criticized? Shimura Danzo. Hypocrisy, bah, might guy. But Kakashi found that Himing wanted to use Lin's identity to verify, would he? Yurihong. He will be terrified, but Himing only needs to say something nice to him, and he can only accept it. After all, Kakashi has already taken over the task. Hitaki Kakashi. Hitaki Kakashi. Rin. Obito. Don't blame me. The action begins. Hitaki Kakashi was on the verge of collapse when he met Nohara Lin from Impure World Reincarnation. However, he is a ninja after all. I have excellent ninja qualities, and Naruto told him that it was just a few photos, and I can let Nohara Lin return to the Pure Land world afterwards. Of course, if necessary, it is not impossible to resurrect it. Do everything well. Uzumaki Naruto goes straight to the point with the returning Uchiha Itachi. When he heard the masked man again, Itachi was startled. He didn't expect the young man in front of him to have already mastered so much information. During this period, Uchiha Sasuke discovered that there were other people besides Itachi who killed the Uchiha clan. And this person is actually the common enemy of him and Naruto. However, Sasuke's spirit of revenge is not as strong as before. Naruto doesn't care about Sasuke's problem, it's Uchiha Sasuke's business. Also, Sasuke told Naruto that Uchiha Itachi's body seems to be dying, and he heard about Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan from Itachi. Naruto, Itachi wants to help you deliver the information, then give me his eyes. He told me that no matter how dark the village is, he is just Uchiha Itachi of Konoha village. Naruto. No, Inadame Hokage Uchiha Sasuke looks bitter. Naruto is the first time to see the proud Sasuke showing such a miserable expression. He wants to intercede with Uzumaki Naruto for Uchiha Itachi. Although Uzumaki Naruto looks down on people like Uchiha Itachi in his heart, this matter really has nothing to do with him. The one who died was Uchiha, not the Uzumaki family. The people in Uchiha can forgive them. Why did Naruto affect his plan for a worthless person like Uchiha Itachi? Not worth it. Sasuke. Uzumaki Naruto's stern expression made Sasuke's heart tremble. Then, Naruto laughed. The two of us have been from the ninja school to the 7th class, and then to now. It can be said that we are brothers who accompany each other when you and I are alone. Now, your brother and family are back, and I am also happy for you. 1. Also, Itachi is going to deliver important information for me this time. Uzumaki Naruto came to Sasuke and patted him on the shoulder as usual. I will have someone issue an announcement to make public the whole story of the Uchiha clan's extermination. Uchiha Sasuke was shocked when he heard the words, but his heart was full of emotion. However, he hurriedly refused. No, 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 after all, this involves the darkness of Konoha's high level, and it will not have a good impact on the villagers. You are wrong, Sasuke, where there is light, there must be darkness. People in those families are all bright and clear in their hearts, but no one will bring dark things to the bright side. Besides, in today's Konoha village, The older generation of Konoha high-rises headed by the third generation project has become a thing of the past. With the help of Uchiha Itachi, the era of regulation headed by the third generation is declared to be completely over. Our new era has arrived. Uzumaki Naruto's righteous words made Sasuke's eyes flash. He is not interested in what the new era will be like, but Naruto wants to make public the whole story of the Uchiha clan's genocide. At least it can eliminate Uchiha Itachi's name of rebellious ninja. Sasuke, you are my right-hand man. In the new era in the future, you must not let me down. Uzumaki Naruto's last words made Sasuke suddenly serious. Don't worry, Naruto, whether you are Hokage of Konoha village or not, I will do my best to help you complete the new era you mentioned. Uzumaki Black Ming is really omnipotent. Even Uchiha Itachi, he wants to squeeze out the last remaining value of the opponent. Not only let the other party send information to Uchiha Obito, but also help Uchiha Itachi correct his name. The tears that caused Uchiha Sasuke to be moved deepened his gratitude to Koronaru. However, if the thinking is transformed to the management level to think about the problem. While Uzumaki seems to be helping Uchiha Itachi to correct his status, why not hope that there will be more people like Uchiha Itachi in Konoha village? That is the person who stood on the side of the high-level officials of Konoha village and slaughtered the entire clan. It is definitely the best killing tool for the managers. What does Uzumaki Black Naruto need? Ninja talent. Ninja talent. None of this is the most critical. The most critical thing is that he must have a basis for complete obedience to orders. What's more important is that as long as Kuro Ming makes public the whole story of the Uchiha clan's extermination, this is a disguised explanation of the incompetence of Konoha Takayasu headed by Sarutobi Hiruzen. Things about the Hyuga clan, things about the Uchiha clan. The two Konoha families are united. All pointed their finger at the former high-level Konoha. Under their leadership, Konoha village can only be obedient to the outside world, and when internal conflicts cannot be resolved, they use the lives of other families' children as bargaining chips to order their family members to destroy their own ethnic group. This kind of behavior is actually unacceptable for any family. Uchiha Sasuke. See, Itachi, your so-called philosophy is nothing more than a way for the higher-ups to manipulate you. Why? Uchiha Itachi. Hey. Looks like you're going to follow in my footsteps. Uchiha Sasuke. That's not necessarily the case. The strength of Kurenai is not comparable to that of Sarutobi Hiruzen and other high-level executives. I will naturally be different from you. Shimura Danzo. See it? Hiruzen, your decades of achievements have been completely wiped out by Black Ming. Utatane Kaharu. Damn Uzumaki Koronaru, he is so evil, what he does is much more terrible than us. Mitokado Homura. That's right, whoever resists him will directly destroy his family with his own hands. Uzumaki Kushina. Who told you to have nothing to do? How good is it for you to retire honestly and take care of yourself at home? If you have to follow Danzo to kill someone, what's the matter? You have to wait to be killed by you to prove that the child is not evil of. You are crazy. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Orochimaru. Sensei Sarutobi, why are you silent? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Oh, the old man is suddenly worried now. I'm afraid that our Sarutobi clan will be very unconvinced if Himing makes such a fuss. Orochimaru. They are not convinced, but I think they should not be stupid. After all, there are lessons learned from the past. Sarutobi Hiruzen. I wish. Uchiha Itachi goes on his way to find Obito. In the afternoon, the Daming mansion of the Land of Fire sent envoys to Konoha village. Brother Naruto. At this time, Uzumaki came to Naruto's power office. The Kingdom of Fire has sent envoys. Look at the other party's appearance, very arrogant. Speaking of this, Xiang Lin's pretty face with a cold face smiled, PFF'd. Under the urging of our bribed minister, the daimyo of the Land of Fire demanded that we not only release Gaara, also pay Gaara 700 million mental damages. Moreover, of the money, 500 million went to the Daming mansion of the Land of Fire, and the remaining 200 million was regarded as the joint cost of the daimyo of the Land of Wind. Hearing this, Naruto was taken aback. Does it mean that the daimyo of the Land of Wind finally found an excuse for the daimyo of the Land of Fire to sanction us? 200 million. That's not a small amount. Anyway, it's not from the Daming House of the Land of Fire. Shang Lin spread his hands. I didn't ask for such a high price, but the person we bought is really talented. Afterwards, Shanglin roughly learned the other party's appearance and behavior. No. It can't be so little. Didn't they get 700 million from the big Spiral Shipping Company? This is amazing. That company used to belong to Kado, and they often did some underground activities. Who knows what tasks Uzumaki Naruto did for them? Maybe help them control a small country. Dare to launch war against other countries without your consent? This doesn't take you seriously. I think it's 700 million. Didn't Uzumaki Naruto pay the ninjas in Konoha village? If he can't get it, let him ask for it from the ninjas in Konoha village. No? If you don't give it, you will be contemptuous of our Daming Mansion. Why can't they rule their ninja village? Num. It's really rich that can turn ghosts around. Anyway, the Daming House originally intended to target Uzumaki Haiming. The official who was bribed not only targeted He Ming with his colleagues, but also made a lot of money, which really killed two birds with one stone. The degree of hard work is a bit outrageous. This is kicking the Daming Mansion of the Land of Fire into the pit of fire. However, in any country's daimyo mansion, there will always be some useless idiots. There is nothing more normal than this kind of thing. What's more, people in their Daming Mansion have eyes on the top of their heads, and ninjas are just tools to complete tasks in their eyes. In all honesty, they look down on ninjas. This time, Uzumaki Naruto brought Nara Shirju, Yamanaka Heiichi and other family leaders, and he even invited Hyuga Hiyashi. The euphemistically named lineup reflects the importance that Konoha village attaches to the envoys of the Daming House of the Land of Fire. When the envoy of the Daming Prefecture saw Uzumaki Naruto's respectful attitude, his arrogance became even more arrogant. 700 million, you can't be less tall. Nara Luju was dumbfounded when she saw this. Obviously it was Sanagakure from the Land of Winds who betrayed Konoha village again and again, and 6th Hokage was so angry that they detained their 5th Kazekage. Moreover, I serve you with delicious food and drink, and I have never treated the other party badly. The 30 billion is just to teach Sanagakure a lesson. Let them send someone to apologize and discuss the ransom issue. As a result, the Daming Mansion of the Land of Fire actually sent people to mess around. This scene immediately reminded everyone of the previous gossip. The daimyo of the Land of Fire didn't like Uzumaki Naruto, and even wanted his life. It's really too much. Uzumaki Naruto remained calm. With a smile, I hope the envoy of the Daming Mansion in the Land of Fire can wait for a few days, so that he can think about what to do. 700 million, not one less. 6th Hokage is so capable, this matter can't be hard for you. Arrange the envoys of the Daming Mansion. Uzumaki Naruto contacted the patriarchs of the major families and started an emergency meeting. Too much deception. Tsunade is the first to get angry. As soon as these words came out, the expressions of the members of several big families suddenly became more embarrassing. As a ninja, he is also the patriarch of the family in Konoha village. Who can still not have a bad temper? It's a pity to face the Daming Mansion. Their status is like inferiority. Nowadays, the salaries of our Konoha village ninjas are all brought in by 6th Hokage, and the Daming Prefecture has not allocated funds to us for a long time. Why do we have to pay them 700 million? And our relationship with the Nation of Fire is basically a relationship of capital exchange. 1. With their funding, we can maintain the development of our ninja village. But now, we don't need them. Tsunade's indignant remarks immediately caused the patriarchs of several big families to change their expressions slightly. It seems that Tsunade said something that they dare not say in their hearts. However, Lord 5th Hokage, if we rebel against the Daming Prefecture, we may attract other countries. Why? Nara Shikajiu sighed. Looks at Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto. At this time, Tsunade's white hands suddenly slapped on the table. Suddenly startled Uzumaki Naruto. You are now the 6th Hokage of Konoha village. And, you are the perfect 9 tails Jinchuriki. When you used the power of 9 tails in the Chunin exam, everyone saw it. You are very powerful. I don't understand. Why are you submissive? Could it be that you were infected by 3rd Hokage? When there was trouble in Cloud Shinobi village, Sleepy Leaves attached pictures. I saw that you deducted 5th Kazekage, and thought that our Konoha village could be proud. As a result, Tsunade said with a look of disgust, look at the way you saw the envoy of the Daming Mansion. What's the matter? Are you really going to get 700 million for them? Worthless, really too weak. Tsunade. What's going on here? Looking at myself, I'm afraid I want to lead Uzumaki to rebel. Onoki. That's not nonsense, can't you see that you were acting exactly according to Hymen's meaning for other families to see? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Tsunade, you are too much, what is submissiveness, you learned from me. Orochimaru. This is obviously Mr. Naruto's plan. He wants to erase the influence of your old era, and he must use your example as an example. Jiraiya. And I look at the situation at the scene. Tsunade seems to have leaked some information to Lu Ju. Otherwise Lu Ju meant that he was afraid of war, but he looked at Hyeming with eyes, as if expecting the other party to give him joy. Good Nuahao, Lord 5th Hokage, please speak carefully. Uzumaki Naruto has a helpless expression. As soon as this remark came out, Tsunade became even more annoyed, his beautiful eyes seemed to spew out flames. Glaringly staring at Uzumaki Naruto, 6th generation, you should think clearly. This time, it doesn't matter where you get them 700 million. Once the money is given, it will be released on weekdays. From now on, our Konoha village will become the laughing stock of the entire ninja world. At that time, more people will come to us to make trouble. The supercilious eyes of the Hyuga clan, the secret technique of Ino Shika Cho. I'm afraid that when the time comes, they will even dare to snatch people. The voice fell, and the members of other families trembled suddenly. There is nothing wrong with what you said, after all, it is not like this has never happened before. It's just that Tsunade seems to have lost the mood to discuss with them. Before leaving, she looked back at Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, it was because of your strength that I overwhelmed Utatane Kaharu and Mitokado Homura at the Daimyofu meeting, and tried my best to ensure that you become the new Hokage. Even if you are young, it doesn't matter, because I and the patriarchs of the families will help you. But I didn't expect that Shimura Danzo didn't die. It was definitely something their older generation said in the daimyo's ear. As a result, the relationship between the two of us is getting more and more tense. Even, the other party already wants your life, you still bear it. Finally, Tsunade glanced at the family patriarchs and important members present. The patriarchs of your family are also worried. The last time Hyuga Hazashi died for a short peace. I'll tell you now, if Cloud Shinobi Village really dares to go to war, with their bandit-like character, will they stop because of Hyuga Hazashi's death? Then, a bunch of idiots. Hyuga Hazashi died in vain. It's up to you. Anyway, I can eat enough for one person, and the whole family will not be hungry. Farewell.